Hey, everybody. Hi. I think we got
Hello.
it, everything. Yeah, we're working. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Had an awesome time last week, everybody, I think, at the amazing one-shot DM'd by Sarah. Round of applause again for Sarah. Woo!
Round
Yeah.
of applause for y'all for dealing with the shit that I throw at you.
No, it was nobody died. Hooray! But we are back with our regular campaign now that we've finished our awesome one-shot, wrapping up some very major points in Maximiel's life. Now that she is queen with her queen, and they are just ruling Katya and vibing. And I'm attacking these fruit flies. Get out of here! Get stupid unsealed porch area.
Oh, we gotta get one of those
bugs.
like little electric like racket things.
I had one, and the kids got a hold of it, and it was just destructive. Oh, you guys get the background, but the stream does not because of.
Oh,
I forgot I did have to do this on Logitech, so I don't know if I stream magic stuff. Can I do a background on this?
wait, does Logitech let you add a background?
Oop, I broke myself. Sorry.
Oh,
Chroma key. Nope. It doesn't do like auto blur background stuff. I'd have to mess with it too much. So you guys get the background in Discord. Stream, you do not. I'm sorry. Anywho, I gotta put a green screen back up. I used to have one. Shoot, I had a whole freaking green screen room there for a bit. But anyways, we're back with session 2 of Arc 2 of the Shadows of the Protectorate. This session's called It Watches. I want
Does
to make
it?
sure. Yeah,
what
it does.
What if
Hey.
it didn't?
It
I
does.
love it when things watch.
It does.
Ew.
So we're gonna do some introductions, starting with the voyeur of the group, Sarah.
Yeah. We broke Sarah.
For a second. I love it when I speak without thinking.
We're gonna go to Nate then, so Sarah can catch her breath.
Hi, I'm Nate. I play Cypher, the human psychic, not a voyeur.
We're gonna go Zach.
Hi, Zach Griebel, the fungus fleshy druid, also not a voyeur.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Viola, the drow investigator, and I am also not a voyeur. I'd like to put it on the record.
Wait, you said you like
such
when
a
things watch, so yeah, technically that makes you the exhibitionist, not the voyeur.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I don't know enough about that to be able to
I
make
don't
the
either.
distinction.
I didn't even catch it. Yeah, no fair. Not an exhibitionist either.
Yeah, no.
Ben, exhibitionist, voyeur. No?
No,
Either?
No,
neither.
not
No.
neither.
No.
No.
No,
No. I don't like my body. Why would I subject others to it?
exactly.
Mine's more of an if everybody's involved, it's an okay situation.
It's a very bad answer.
Listen, I don't like you just standing there watching. I'm gonna kill you for flight. He's buzzing right in my face. I hate him.
Father's Day
Yes.
gift for Ben, electric racket bug swatter.
Like I said, I had one and children destroyed
Gotta
it.
get
It
one of
was,
those,
it was awesome.
One of those Zevo wall plugs that glows blue and attracts them
yeah.
and then traps them against a glue trap.
Ugh, I had one of those in the kitchen and it's great, but like I have not existed in the bar space like as an office, and they are attacking, and it's not nice because I made like margaritas and I accidentally left a lime out, and I came back the next day and went, this was a terrible mistake, and I've been dealing with it since then because it was just covered in it. It was so bad. So yeah, and then I'm Ben. I play all the NPCs, and I play Corin, the Strix, our Oracle, who is also not a voyeur, but he does like to learn things. So he voyeurs books, I guess that's what it does. He's a voyeur for
Just
books.
called reading.
No, he's a
That's
voyeur for
reading.
books. He's a voyeur for books. He likes to look at books in the nude as they reveal their pages to him.
Oh, the books are nude. Okay,
books
not
are
him.
nude.
Got it.
Oh, not him. Of course not. No, he's
I don't
clothed.
know.
That'd be
having,
weird.
having tea,
learning
reading a
a
book,
lot about
and he's
them.
just flipping it over each page going, yeah, you dirty words. You show me your knowledge.
This went to a
Sarah, is that a Mike's Hard lemonade you're drinking?
Sarah's done.
Not only is it a Mike's Hard, it's actually harder.
Oh, okay then. Asked and answered.
Not joining us today is Josh for small reasons, which you can check out the Discord to know. Tiny reasons. Tiny reasons. And but Josh is away for an extended break from the team. He will be coming back in the future. But Maddie's off, so even though we normally quit when there's 2 people out, Josh is an exception to the rule for his small reasons at the time. And Maddie is out today at a super fun wedding. So, hey. Oh, you be quiet there, Sam. Sam's revealing things on the the chat to the other whole 2 viewers. to other people who already know because they're in the Discord. But yeah, last week, as the Mr. Braithalon had faded behind you, we had emerged through the Wax Passage and back in Dunscaith. Harvest Festival had ended. Colors and revelry were replaced by the calm rhythm of everyday life. Farmers tilled, children ran beneath orchard boughs, and familiar faces and quiet nods of gratitude, all eyes carrying whispers of what you had done to protect them. Eldra Moonside, the ever-eccentric oracle, had spread tales of Fey invaders and the bold souls who kept them at bay, who came to be known as the Rickery. Was that correct? The Rickery to be? Yep. We settled back into town for a brief respite. Rio, driven by the lingering weight of familial duty, quietly departed to ensure the safety of his loved ones. I'm not saying it was a scathing note, but it was pointing some fingers for sure. Others, we all made use of the downtime to rest, resupply, reconnect. Smithies rang with hammer blows. Coin changed hands in the market. New quiet surrounded you all, but it was not one without shadow. At the evening bonfires of the gathering green, ghost stories danced on the lips of the townsfolk, mixing laughter with superstition. And yet one tale was told around that fire, one of the Wickerborn, a creature with too long of a frame and a voice that sang in soft, sorrowful tones. A chill ran down spines, for Aaron had dreamed about such a figure the night before. Its outline reflected its song, eerily familiar. And what was once folklore now whispered of something reaching through the veil. The shadows of the Protectorate are stirring. Answers lie ahead, but so do deeper questions. Bum bum bum. So Erin has kind of gave us her, and she's out for the day, has given us the deets of what she's up to, which is just trying to cope with spooky scary, rattled and scaring other tavern goers as she takes up residence in the corner seat of the local bar, telling tales of the heebie-jeebies. Erin was fully fussed about that and just not having it. Erin is getting the fuck out of Dodge. If we look on our little map here, we're just gonna go ahead and plant Erin firmly in the bar and just let her go over there and say, nope, not dealing with none of this. Now. This is my life. But kind of end of the evening here from the night before. There are still some bonfires and campfires or campfire stories, and things are returning to normal. Any follow-ups from shopping or anything like that, and then there are some folks around town who are just always happy to see you guys. And Eldra Moonsai obviously said she was super interested in these ghost stories because some of them are starting to sound a little bit too detailed. Normally they're vague and ominous and let the listener fill in the details, which makes them very scary, but they're a little less scary because of how real they're starting to get, which is concerning to her. So yeah, I will kick it to the group of you with what you'd like to do this evening, and I'm going to switch us up to some creepy spooky music because we're in creepy spooky times.
What time of day is it?
It's currently nighttime. Yeah, it was about 10 p.m. Like you guys were having some late night campfire stories and stuff when we left off. Actually, I'm going to kick it to 9 p.m. Just a little bit earlier. Give us a little bit more time to deal with it.
Oh, we got helicopters.
In Dunscaith?
Yeah.
in LA, where definitely bad stuff is not happening because the LAPD says it's all good.
Nothing bad. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Okay, so 9 p.m. We usually turn in around then.
Let's see.
That's right. Ben, I meant to ask from last time.
Mhm.
The various little like trinkets and oddities that we've picked up in Berthalen, specifically the reverberant shard and the mask stock. Are those still like real in the real world?
No, they have come apart here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, sorry, I forgot to
Didn't
have you
notice
remove
those.
those. Yeah, once they kind of came here, they unraveled in a very strange way, turning into like twigs and grass clusters. But they are useless here in the realm of the real.
I think I would take those, just toss them into the last little bonfire. So, I'm assuming we have somewhere we can stay still? It hasn't been too long since we've been gone.
Of course, you are always welcome in my home.
Oh, I meant you like you still have your home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I don't have to worry about rent until next month.
It's once a month?
Yeah.
Oh.
You pay a lump sum and then you're allowed to stay there the whole month.
Okay.
The rent 4 times a year, it's quite good.
Oh yeah.
It's twice a month is when rent is due
It's twice a
in
month.
Day of War. Once every 23
that it's-
days.
It's now twice a month instead of it just being a larger sum once a month.
And once every 24 days, yep.
You have to pay to live somewhere?
Unfortunately, yes.
That seems silly.
Well, I am borrowing the space from Mother Kellith. And so in return for her allowing me to stay, upstairs from her, and her occasionally, often, feeding me, I offer her money.
That's nice.
Yes. And so then she is able to, continue the upkeep of the house, of the shop, both of our shops. And she is able to continue to get food, and as am I. It is surprisingly working out very nicely. And she is also the cheapest rent I could find.
There's the rats. They didn't really charge me anything.
Yes, but I need a space for my office.
They did have a lot of space, but I think the kids would probably get into their stuff.
Yes. Having one kid is good enough for me.
You have a
You have a
kid?
kid?
I pointed at Greeble.
Oh.
Everybody
she
thought the
made you.
same thing.
I mean, I can kind of take care of myself, but
Well, I have a whole bunch of dried plant matter at my place. I thought that you would have wanted some, but if you don't want it, I can just, offer it to some other plants that I see around.
Gribble pushes past Theo and just like barrels toward where the yum 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 yum
Nom 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 mold.
mulch yum 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 yum.
And,
Home?
of course. Corin, I assume that you have lodgings to stay with your sister?
Well, yes, at the Golden Sheath.
Okay. If you ever need a place to stay that's not a hotel, my door is always open. I mean, it's not always open. I actually have 5 locks now.
I understand
The metaphor. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So just knock.
as one
And-
does.
Well, I remember the first time there was a little bit of trouble not knowing how loud you were supposed to knock. Just tap tap, should be fine.
I understand now, I do.
Well, good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning then.
All right.
I assume.
Everybody heading off to rest then for the evening. Perfect. I forgot to do a thing on Legend Keeper, so I'm doing it really quick. Okay, got it. All right. The evening's fairly uneventful. Nothing haunts your dreams. Aaron doesn't sleep very well. Corin kind of leaves her to the bar. Eventually, there's a knock at the door for him, and she's well enough into her cups that the innkeepers just had brought her upstairs and lets him know, I think
Hey,
she's
take this.
I think she's had enough to pass out now. Finally, she's been raving all evening, but people will she'll finally leave people alone. She can get some sleep. And Aaron's stuck, after tying a big one on, is just the next day full recovery mode. Corin shows up early at the shop the next day and is talking to Mother Caliph and gets a couple remedies, a couple hangover cures, and runs them back to the Golden Sheaf and leaves them, but basically shows up at about 7:30 in the morning, knocking on the door after dealing with Mother Keyleth. So he was probably up at like 6 dealing with something, and you hear a knock at your door very, very early, 7:30 or so.
Wake up, total bedhead.
Opens the door.
Apologies.
None needed. Come in.
The sound got to me. The sound of vomiting did for an hour this morning.
I see.
She do well. She did not. I brought treats though, and he's got a bag of like fresh pastries from across the street. Breakfast as a peace offering.
Absolutely welcome. Put them on the table. We shall enjoy them this morning.
He does, and just leaves you guys with a whole bunch of food. And then he's seen Viola do the coffee thing and the tea thing before, and kind of just starts getting set up and trying to help out where he can. He's just really, really sorry that he woke everybody up so early. So he's in helping out.
Getting hot cocoa, tea, coffee for those who drinks all of them.
Corin's having coffee for one of the first times in your presence this morning.
Ooh.
Long night it
How
was.
does he react?
It just, he drinks it and enjoy it. It seems he's had it before.
Just kind of come like drifting out, plop down. Ooh, bread. Did you bring bread?
Yes, this for you too. And slides over a cup to you. Because I think
What's this?
you've been given the black coffee before from Viola, and it's been but then you had the sweet stuff at the party. This smells sweet and cinnamony. Something I picked up in travels. I think you'd enjoy.
Get to do my favorite character bit of rolling for whether or not I like food.
But you've had chocolate before and enjoyed it, so I'm going to ask you to give yourself a bonus.
It was an 18. I think we're good.
It's
You really like this.
It's a cinnamon and vanilla enhanced chocolate like mocha.
I
So,
like this one. This is good.
As the coffee in it that Viola makes, but enriched with chocolate and sweets.
Fake coffee.
Flavored
Aaron sick?
coffee. Aaron is very sick, yes.
That makes sense.
she couldn't sleep very well, so she made sure she passed out, but I've warned her before, it's not good rest, it's just unconsciousness.
She still dreams of the demons?
I'm not sure what she dreamed last night. All I know this morning is she had visions of the John is the acceptable name for it.
Who's John?
The lavatories.
Yes,
Oh.
lavatories.
She had visions about it?
Her head was buried in it. She was vomiting quite profusely.
Oh, I know what that is. That's bad.
Trying to not discuss it over food and breakfast. Some stuff. He's watching everybody just eat, and he realizes his manners are kind of misplaced, and just goes, but yeah, she was very sick.
I don't think any of us have manners.
Orin has manners.
That's fair.
Viola was raised with them.
Ah!
Got him.
So, what is next on the Rookery's agenda? Shall we find some business to stick our noses into?
What do you think, boss?
Defer to you.
Well, the thing that Aaron dreamt about sounds awfully similar to the story that the post-pubescent boy was discussing. So, do we think that that's suspicious? Is there something haunting these fields? Or am I thinking into it too much because I like spooky, scary things?
It seems very strange to me.
What do we do to
No.
start that sort of thing? Do we just have to try and dream about it too?
Talk to people. We could talk to that boy to see what he knows about his uncle, I believe. Go to the witch. She may know. Eldra Moonsai. To be
I like
polite.
talking to her.
You are a very sweet person. No wonder. There are those routes. We could also go to a tavern and just ask around for any spooky stories that they may have.
Well, they'll probably just tell us about the one that Aaron was telling them last night.
We had all stayed around the campfire a little bit. Aaron took off, but as we listened, there was a whole mix of ghost stories. That one just really rubbed Aaron the wrong way.
But that was also the only ghost story that Eldra seemed to be...
Fixated on.
Eldra said
Yeah.
that there was a couple that sounded strangely similar to real events, but this one was the one that she heard most recently and saw Aaron's reaction, and she was very weirded out by this one.
Okay. I don't think the boy will know too much, but Eldra probably will. Seems like she knows a lot.
Well, then let me put on a skirt and then we can go talk to Eldra. If that is sufficient for Greeble, who I think is also awake and munching.
Greeble's still sleeping in the closet. Nobody woke him up.
It's just, oh yeah, I gotta go get Grable. And I'll just scoot back to the room. Just,
Yeah.
are you sick?
That. No. I just, when I wake up, I get kind of congested. Spores.
Viola comes around with a broom and then leaves.
The broom's right outside the door constantly now.
Just
everything in that closet that he sleeps in is just got a thin veneer of spores.
spore coating.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's bread and coffee if you want any of that, or we're getting ready to go to Eldra's house.
Coffee.
You-
I don't
do
know. I've
you
never
drink
had it. I'll try it.
stuff
No,
drink
you will
water?
not.
And things.
Well, now I want to.
Here, this is coffee, I say, giving him tea. Just really black, bitter tea. So it looks the same color as coffee.
Is it decaf or is it tea?
I mean, it's about the same amount of caf that regular tea has, so
Which is
Slightly
equivalent
caffeinated.
to a cup of coffee generally.
Yeah.
no, it's not. I
Is it
look
really?
at the black tea is below a cup of coffee.
Well, it's still probably more caffeine than a
Typically, yeah.
10-year-old should have.
So the black tea I drink has about like 60 to 70 in the Earl Grey, and coffee's 95. Okay, so it's close enough to be a too much.
Wow.
less,
Looked it up.
but
My
still
black
enough
tea
to
is
be.
not nearly that caffeinated. What the hell?
I have good tea. Like I order it loose leaf and it's fantastic.
Ooh, yeah.
It's Earl Grey that's amazing. So
Love Earl Grey.
tea, Earl Grey, hot.
Earl Grey.
Nerd.
Okay. On average,
Trek.
a cup of black Earl Grey tea contains between 40 and 120 milligrams of caffeine.
I would have given him one that's closer to 40.
Oh, this is really good. I like it. I think I like it. I'm just... Okay, so where are we going to do now? I don't know what the plan is today.
Dark star guide me. Alright. We're going to the witch's house. Eldra Moonsai.
Oh, I love talking to Eldra. She has all this cool stuff and like really cool books, and like, I can't wait to see them. And
Right.
oh, I wonder if she'll let me help her again, and then I can maybe make some gold to help. Like, we can maybe like buy some really cool pastries, and then we could
Go
have like
ahead
them
and
stocked
brush
inside all
your
the...
gills, things that you have in your mouth. Make sure that they're all clean after drinking that, and then we can go. Brush your frills.
Brush your frills.
Do people brush frills on mushrooms?
You do.
That seems weird.
Clean the dirt from them before I eat them.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it'd make him brush them or roll around in more dirt so I wouldn't eat him.
Yeah.
I was also wondering,
toss.
but he wants to be a tasty mushroom.
Wait, if I brush, you're gonna eat me? I don't want that.
I go ahead and I grab him, and I just go on top of his head. And then
Oh, good. Now we all have spores on us. Except for Corin. Do you want spores? You can hug me. I still have spores.
He's gotta get the coffee and he's looking at it. It's half finished. Looks how far the doorway is away and kind of goes, not particularly. It's a hand over the coffee cup. I feel like I'm about to have them anyway.
I just kind of walk over and shake. There's just like a kind of...
Coffee. The least disgusting thing that's been on me today.
Bound by the spores.
The day just started. There's still so much
For
day
you.
left.
All right.
Oh, Cypher, I like your new outfit.
Thanks. I got it yesterday.
Looks really cute.
I figured I should probably get my own clothes instead of just wearing the stuff that people kind of gave me.
I agree. It helps creates a personhood.
Does it?
Yeah. I chose to buy these clothes to wear them. I like how they make me look.
I didn't think about it like that.
Everyone ready? To Eldra?
To Eldra.
Yeah, let's go talk to Eldra. I'm excited.
The door opens and Greeble's down the steps super quick.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to catch up and it's like hopping at the bottom of the stairs and making his way south towards Eldra's hut.
I'm gonna upkeep warp step and just keep trying to try and match pace and just kind of like skating along next to him.
I'll go over here. And then
I have to use magic to do this. You could just do that, huh?
making my way down to Eldra's hut.
A mere hop of 130 feet.
Yeah, sure. Okay. The houses here are like a foot by a foot. Everything is tiny.
Cozy.
Very compact and cozy. Make our way down to Eldra's hut and
Walking fast, Greeble's pouncing, and I'm homebound.
here's right there. I'm just gonna go grab.
No, don't leave.
Yeah. Eldra is outside already, reading a book and having a cup of something hot, likely tea, and sees the group of us coming down the road and waves as if she was expecting us.
Of course she was.
By the time the rest of you catch up to Greeble, who's there just talking her ear off, and she's put the book down and is just patiently, I see. And are your friends going to be catching up soon? Like the rest of you are probably like 200 feet back in the far distance, and Greeble's just sprinted up. Cypher's trying to keep...
They're kind of slow. I don't know. They might catch up with us. But even if they don't, it's okay because I have a lot of stories to tell anyway, so it's fine. Like I can just keep talking and
Did you enjoy your tea this morning?
Yes, it was very good. It was very sweet.
I have another one that you might like here. This one's very good too.
Oh, I do like tea. I like tea.
It's sleepy time.
It is. It's chamomile sleepy time tea.
Boy, I like it. It smells kind of herbally. Kind of flowery.
It's more in the vein of what you may like. But
yeah, that's really good. And
it just kind of levels you out a little bit. It doesn't fully knock him out or anything. It's not drugged.
That's pretty good. I think I like the other tea better though.
I don't. This one's much better. The rest of you finally catch up as Greeble's like coming down off his high a little bit.
I'm just like skating figure eights around the group. And then, hi, Eldra.
I would prefer that Miss Viola begins our conversations in the morning, not the caffeinated, hyperactive mushroom boy. It was a bit much for me. Thank you.
It was
You gave him
black
coffee.
tea. It was black tea or coffee. I gave him black tea.
Have you heard of water?
You lied to
You
him.
wouldn't
said
have-
You gave him coffee.
I did
That's the
lie to
stuff
him.
people bathe in, right?
It's also
He
good
would
to
not have
drink.
accepted water.
Drinking bath water? No way.
No, not bath. Oh. Never. Okay.
Depends on who bathed in it.
Unless you're into it. Who's?
Oh my.
She puts the cup down and just got upstairs for a moment. Well, I figured you would be coming here today not to discuss somebody's bathwater, but possibly the creepy stories last night. Where's Erin?
She's sick.
Over.
Nothing that I should check in on, I suppose.
Mother Kelleth has already given her the hangover cure.
Oh, that kind of sick. Okay, yes, that's fine. Happens. Well, I've been doing some reading this morning. She holds up a little book. It's tales from the Golden Reach, haunted stories to keep you warm in the cold months. Just some crappy little book of like collection of creepy tales. I assume this is going to work better with everybody, but I did not like how many details the story of the Wickerborn had suddenly gained, and the fact that they were so similar to things that ghost stories are ghost stories. You know, you can add a couple creepy details, people fill in the blanks, and they're terrifying. But ones like this, where everybody's details start matching, is a little bit concerning.
Aren't ghosts real?
They are, but
I've never met one, but I know that they're real somehow.
yes, there are spirits and creatures from the spirit planes that step in, but realistically, what scares most people is the conversations now that as creatures move between planes of existence, that ones that should not escape their domain make their way here, and that's what's terrifying, is these creatures. And that's what they're able to say now, is things like the Wickerborn used to exist in a place that was far away and could never really get you, and there was just small details that were scary. But now suddenly it's as if it was actually here, which is concerning. Because if those creatures did come here, native creatures to other planes, that would be most unfortunate for people.
What do they want? You said get you.
Some are malevolent and want nothing more than just to kill and maim and destroy and terrify, and others just it bends on the story. But that's the point of the stories, is they could want a multitude of things, and it's just supposed to terrify you. Sometimes it's designed to serve. Scary stories about going out in the dark is exciting to share because it lets you experience fear without being at risk, and further, it can implant wisdom into the stories. Like, don't go traipsing through the wood at night because something might get you, is very terrifying to a child, but it also helps the parent, because now your 7-year-old is not walking out among the roots and gnarls in the middle of the night where they can't see, and breaking ankles in the middle of the woods and dying alone because they can't call for help. There's wisdom to ghost stories to keep children from doing things that they shouldn't.
Is there a wisdom for these ones?
The Wickerborn?
The Wickerborn was always an interesting story, and it was just that, it was a story. But now the details are becoming very vivid. It started as a scarecrow that had come to life and was walking, but now it's a creature with a mask instead of a canvas face, that sings the haunting tune and has limbs too long. And some of those details disappear in older texts, and in others, she's got another tome next to her that's a studies of shadows creatures, and it's an occult study on shadow creatures. Others, you find similarities to creatures that people have actually studied. And that's where it becomes concerning, is when the realities of those creatures make their way into ghost stories and tales told around campfires. And you get these strange creatures that sneak into the mythos of these farming communities.
So what came first? The story or the monsters?
Yes, they become cryptids, these weird creatures that are proven to exist, or claim to have been exist, but are unproven. And that's where I look for the similarities, is when you have a cryptid, people claim that it exists, but no one can prove it. But once I start seeing similarities to actual creatures, suddenly we're proving that creature now. It's no longer a false narrative or just a story to scare people. It's these entities that have basis in reality. And that's what's starting to concern me, is that this thing might actually be real.
So how do you keep people safe from something that wasn't real but is real now?
Find out what created it, how it was made, and why it's here.
Oh.
Sometimes someone could be using it for a cover and make there's tales of an old ghost hunter
Ghost hunter.
Yes.
You can hunt ghosts.
He was a folk person of like folklore. But it was, I think his name was
Jaeger Hellstrom.
no, he was. I've heard of him, but he was not that exciting. But not in the terms that not in the circles that I've run in with ghost hunting. There was a man, Scubidus Duman. So Scubidus Duman, he used to always hunt these ghosts, and the thing that he found is he would use, like, people would use those tales to do harmful things to communities. These people would thieve from the local communities and under the guise of a ghost story, and they find out, Scubidus Duman would always find out that they were, wearing a mask or making these noises and frightening, and he would drag them to the center of town and unmask them before everybody, and these were these ghost stories that were just used as cover to take advantage of people. It took me so long. I was fucking just vamping for a second, my brain being racked and like, how could I turn that into a name?
Sitting there, I was like, yes, he's the great ghost hunter, Scoobert Dubert.
Scoobert
Van Dubert.
Scubidus Duman. But yes,
I think I've heard of that. He's like a ranger, and he has a pet wolf named Shaggy.
He's got a dog.
he did.
He's got a pet wolf named Shaggy.
I mean, Shaggy was quite proficient at tracking down thieves, and especially once they got the scent, they would find a scrap of clothing that would prove that if it was an actual part, if it was a ghost, why would it leave behind scraps of clothing? And Shaggy was quite proficient at tracking them down. Scubidus Duman always was able to find his man. And the worst part for these would-be villains is it was always the ghost stories of the children that would draw enough attention that would make Scubidus Duman aware that it was probably some greater plot. And they likely, if they had not gone into the lore of the ghost stories and the cryptids, then they probably would have got it away with it if it weren't for all those meddling children. And their damnable stories, but this is written into the lore of our people, and the greater world is these stories just appear. They're good warning tales, but when people leverage them for their own personal gain, there's usually holes in their plans. Okay, everybody want to break and a drink now?
Yes.
We're only an hour in.
Told you get cryptids, but I'm gonna fuck with you. Told you it was some Scooby-Doo shit, so.
I love it.
Ruh-roh, bestie.
Ruh-roh. Another existential crisis on our hands.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
I'm grabbing that drink. Any other questions for me while she turns around to pour some tea, as it's me grabbing a freaking beer, because I put myself through that as much as I put you through it. It hurt my soul just as much.
So,
Somehow I doubt it.
so it's a person pretending to be a stick person?
In
Or
these
it's
tales.
That's what I would believe if it wasn't that you very recently experienced the realms of shadow and fey coming together in a strange place, and concerns that the townsfolk are, what's the best word for this, unmolested, like they haven't been unperturbed. They haven't had anything stolen. The festival went off without a hitch, and everything is.
I have a weird question.
Yes.
So when I imagine stuff, sometimes it becomes real, and I'll like pull out glint from my eye and just like hold him in my hand. What if a lot of people imagine the same story, and it becomes sort of real?
That's one of the possibilities I'm chasing down. Maybe there is a magic here that's not associated with with Berthalen's bones, which you just recently resolved, but maybe it's a collective hallucination that is becoming real, or worse yet, somebody does know about the fears of the people and have created these creatures to come and start harassing the region. I am conferring with contacts I have in other villages, and some of the closest ones have gotten back to me already and say that they've seen similar activity. So this may be happening more than just Aaron Dunscaith.
So it's probably not someone from here who heard the stories and decided to make an imaginary scary person.
Correct. I believe this is on a much larger scale, but I mean, if you can start here and uncover the truth of the Wickerborn, if it is a real creature now, then possibly we can go after ones in other areas. And if we can find something that's tying them all together,
like
maybe we can find
string?
out- no, that's clues contextually as to why they're created, or why they're in our realm. We could figure out who's making them.
Would it be like another portal, like with Berthalen? Where it's not supposed to be there, but it is now?
I don't believe so. We've searched for where they could have come through. There's no threat of some realm coming to this one that I'm aware of.
Oh, that's good.
But, these creatures do have the capability to travel between the planes. And maybe they were sent here.
Oh.
And maybe they were sent here simply to wreak havoc and stir terror. There's enough concerning in the region now. I mean, simply being here, you must know things like the prince has still not claimed the throne because he has not ascended properly, which is the rights of the Thrust Protectorate, and some of the deepest held beliefs here require a married couple ascend to take the throne. There should be a line of succession ready in case one of them falls. That's all the way back to when the Thrust Protectorate was founded, the joining of the two great houses that created the Protectorate. The marriage is symbolic of the progression of time and evolution of the peoples here. For it to have gone this long with the king deceased is very strange. So I can't help but wonder at the back of my mind if this might all be connected, but I can't reason as to why that would be. So possibly solving the small puzzle here is a stepping stone to a greater why, but that's just pure speculation. Why would someone maliciously want to affect us all and keep us all on edge while the prince is not getting a bride and ascending to the throne?
So people
Can't
are
imagine
scared
why
about
anyone wouldn't want to get married.
Just stare at Viola.
Oh no, the prince doesn't want to get married. Now old traditions are going down the drain. I mean, I understand the need of it, but I also understand from the prince's perspective that, oh great, now I have to find a woman to deal with for the next...
It's a slight misnomer. He wants to be wed, but from what I have read, they have all ended strangely. I realized that I was rhyming constantly there, so I was trying to change the last word when you snickered.
Oh, come on, no, make it rhyme. Make it rhyme.
I wasn't making it rhyme all the way through.
It's so oracle-y. It speaks in rhymes and iambic pentameter.
The prince has wanted to be wed. What did I say now? I've forgotten it now that I'm trying. Yes, I mean, he's...
But all engagements met their end.
One was found dead in her bed, and the others seem to have strangely fled.
So maybe...
He shakes his eyes and his color kind of comes back a little bit, like the black was extra black for some reason, and now his eyes are just back to normal. I'm sorry, did I say something?
I was gripped by a ghost of a very old poet.
And you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
It was only through his words that he showed it.
We killed Zach.
I need a drink.
So, maybe because people are scared that they don't have a king anymore, they're also scared about the twig people?
There's reasons for many fears, but there is unease in the protectorate right now. And so maybe that's just maybe it's coming out into a, like you said, a collective collective fear and imagination of terrible creatures there's a little bit more credence to them
No,
this year.
so people's fears are manifesting?
It's possible.
Oh.
Imagination can do a lot of stuff.
It can.
I'm really, really afraid of lots of delicious food.
You get hit with a cookie. And then Corin licks his fingers a little bit. Thought it was appropriate.
I hope we find a cat person.
Good throw. I know a cat person.
Eldred looks at you. Did you need something?
Oh, right. I forgot I was a cat person. Whoopsie doodle.
Are you seeking more of my kind?
There's another one too.
The
Come here, girl. You see that bird? Go get it.
The Birdman was being mean.
She like pulls out all the claws, looks at him for a moment, and just shrugs and puts them away.
Burb.
Burb.
If you would be so kind, though, you could assist me with my research. Use whatever you need to. You can use the vault below. I know that there's a waystone ring to the south, further from here, where children go on dares to tell stories, and it's supposed to be haunted, so that's why they use it.
What's a waystone ring?
No clue.
It's a circle of standing stones. It was an old druidic marker.
Yeah, it's like how druids used to be able to like find their way and let other druids know of stuff in the area, like weird like
ghosts.
thin areas between the the realities and stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. The druids tried to teach me about it, but I was bored because stones are kind of boring, so I was just playing with Zot. I only half paid attention.
The town hall does have a small library on the upper floor as well, and some folktales are stored there. So if you wanted to search that, that's a place. And then I've got my folktales here. The Waystone Ring is another place that's but we can put our heads together and see what we find. Not literally. You're all quite. The Feywild has done strange things to you. Braithalin has sent you back sillier than you left.
No, I was like this before. Sorry.
No, I'm just observing it more clearly now. But
Is it dangerous at the rocks?
no, I doubt it.
There's one way to find out.
Yes, you could challenge each other to stand by the rocks and tell scary stories that summon the bad men. And don't actually do that, though, in case that this is true. Do not summon the Wickerborn to fight it. I don't think that would go quite well for you.
I don't want to fight it.
But don't challenge it, is what I'm saying. But please, by all means, use whatever you deem necessary and assist me in this research, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
But of course.
I'm gonna put up a points tracker. We're gonna do a Wickerborn. We're gonna make it purple. Confirm. The colors don't matter on this one. Cool. So this is we are going into a research challenge. This is a 5th level research challenge with plenty of research points. So we will be. Yes, you are. We'll be doing this by day. So It is a daily check for where you'd like to research. The big question is, are we sticking together as we research each day? So far, we have 3 locations that we can research at. I will put them into chat here. Let me close that out. We've got the Unscathed Town Hall. Oh, is it the Case of the Wickerborn? You need a good Scubidus Dooman case name.
So far, the running title is just a study of the Wickerborn, because so far we're just researching them, and I don't know much else.
You got Dunscath's Town Hall. You got Eldra's library.
Already of the Wickerborn.
There you go.
Scooby-Doo's
Yeah.
Doomin' in the Case of the Twigman Horrors. Swear to God, if we end this adventure by meaning Scooby-Doo's Doomin', I'm gonna lose my shit.
Literally just made him out. Cannot help you there.
It's like
As you guys are... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's like the vampire hunting adventure where like you meet like what the fuck is his name? Like Van Helsing at the end of it, and you're like, I am Mr. Vampire Hunter.
Are we gonna stay at Eldra's vault and do some research today?
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna put up points separately for each of these places. These do have a maximum that you can achieve in each of them. As you guys are heading in, Eldra leads Greeble in first. If you're quite interested in these ghost stories and mysteries, there's a wonderful series about the Cardry boys that you can definitely read. That's another solid set of mysteries that can help you get into the mood, if it were. But we'll go ahead and take some research checks. Oh.
I loved those books as a kid.
Comparing myths and nature lore. So you guys can use nature and occultism. Just some examples. Arcana or occultism works for Eldritch stuff. Survival or crafting to after you talk to some people, find some sightings on the maps. You can always, talk to townsfolk to get more stuff. Oral histories, society or performance, if you want to listen to some of the stories and kind of do some analysis there. And then cross-referencing like folk tales to real world stuff. You can do religion, occultism. If you have folklore as a lore, you can use that. Those are all just some different options, and you can feel free as usual, to kind of come up with what you want to try to do for that day. In terms of making a check. Yes.
Can I do that? Just kind of run my hands across all the books and see if there's any particular standout fear or intrigue or anything like that. Just to narrow the search and potentially make it easier for the people who are going to be digging into the books to find ones that are immediately of interest rather than having to comb through a bunch of stuff.
You could. Most of these are Eldra's personal copies, so they may not have as much associated with them.
Okay.
That doesn't take very long for you to do, though. So I'd say
it's
you're gonna.
activity.
So as a quick activity, just getting started as you look through some of the books, you can do that, and I will let you give a +1 bonus, circumstance bonus to everybody's check while we're at Eldra's today.
Sweet. Ooh. Good enough. That's pretty much all I'm going to be able to come up with.
I will
Not a
do.
researcher.
Corin will do occultism to check for the day.
So will
We'll-
Viola.
we'll-
I guess I am an expert in occultism.
Yes.
Would I be able to do both of those or just one?
Yeah, you can do both of them.
Okay.
And then
I'll
make
try
sure
it.
you add your +1 circumstance bonus when you do your check for the day.
Got it.
And Corin's gonna go for occultism. It's an 18. I need to check my level-based DCs. Give me 1 second here.
28.
Ugh. Gross.
27 nature check from Grable.
Viola's having an off day. It's the name she can't look past. Scubertus Dooman.
So that is the check for the day. I'm gonna make it mythic and try again because we got the points. I'm gonna try mine at mythic.
So will Sarah.
All right, so even a better roll off the cuff. That's a 14, making it a 29 when it's mythic.
Nice.
Wow, that's really good. Okay, and now Viola. Also off the cuff, way better.
Yeah,
Nice.
much.
Nice.
Fucking 5.
Holy
All
jeez.
right.
There we
So
go.
that is 3 successes and a critical success.
So, Corin, would you say that we know things about the occult?
We know some stuff. Yes,
We may be knowing.
we may be
We know
knowing.
things. We do be knowing. We
So
Scooby
appropriate I
Doo
wore
knowing.
this shirt today.
Ghostbusters.
Let us bust these ghosts, shall we not?
Perfect.
Oh, I forgot.
Because-
I have Unbelievably Believable. That's good to know.
God, I forgot one of the lines in that song is "Busting makes me feel good."
How could
Oh,
you
from the
forget? It's
Ghostbusters
like
song?
A
Yeah.
huge meme.
Yeah,
Was it?
I
No.
I forget, and then I remember again, and I'm like,
You just don't want to. It just jumps back in your brain. You're like, why am I remembering
Somebody
this?
made like one of those YouTube poop like edits where it's like bustin' makes me feel good. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Yeah.
Not a fan of that. No.
No, no.
Mom, I want to go home.
Mom, pick me up. Weird.
Oh, honey, you are home. Womp womp.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
I think if Mom said "womp womp" to me, I would just straight up kill
lose.
myself.
I would lose my shit.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Mom, I'm scared. I want to go home. Aw. Womp womp.
All right. So, the first day, in every tale, the thing wears a mask. Sometimes carved, sometimes bone, sometimes painted with the face of someone who vanished in the last year. And we learn that the Wickerborn is described all with a ceremony or a stolen mask, and it mimics the faces of something missing. Their sightings occur kind of once per village around the region, as we're finding out like there's never more than one per cluster of people. It's a solitary, unique entity rumored to carry memories of victims and hiding them behind its ever-changing mask. That's the first breakthrough that we get today because we hit the first threshold at 5 points. So it was really good. So after that, I'm going to pull up my calendar really fast because it's the one thing I want to make sure I'm tracking appropriately today because I don't have it in game anymore. Boo.
See, I'm gonna switch up. Oh god, there's too many fucking familiar abilities.
If we're on the next day, is that what you said?
Yes.
Could Viola try to use her ability streetwise to gather information of if any people, so people having gone missing or people who have seen the solitary creature?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great.
So we're gonna spend day 2 like talking to townsfolk. Sounds good.
Okay.
Also
Good
potentially
survival.
asking if Greeble wants to do this, because I am a grown woman and the children probably wouldn't want to talk to me as much. But the kids going to the Waystone Ring, if they've seen anything there.
I can do that. Yeah, I can talk to other kids.
I am terrible at society and performance.
Can I use survival for that? Like
You could use
seeing what they've
survival.
seen?
Please.
Yeah, you
Dude,
can
do
use
you
it to-
remember being a kid? Talking to other kids is absolutely survival.
You could, yeah, you can use survival to take some of the stuff that the kids are saying and try to like track it and figure out if there has actually been a real sighting here. The first thing that you definitely pick up though, Viola, is like the story that we heard the first night. He sighted it at a town further south, so that was farther away. Dang,
That is a critical
nat
success.
20 survival, so that's automatically bumped up from a success to a critical. We're gonna count these in town hall because town hall and public are actually, we're just gonna count this as public. Talking to public. This has a maximum as well, but that's worth 2 for talking to the public.
Nice. Aiding Greeble, can I offer up like diplomacy and then also do something potentially weird?
Yeah, sure. Make a diplomacy check, and then you have gather information is just a free skill. I'm double checking it really quick. Oops, sorry, did not mean to do that. That is a society check. Yeah, you do a
I would like to use a
I
couple
can
things.
just,
if
I'll just go
possible.
with that roll.
I want to use unbelievably believable to mythic proficiency, gather information, or make an impression. Sorry. Or no, sorry, gather information. But I also want to try and use this if possible, because it's a cool feature and I fucking love it.
Snoop.
aid you on gather information. Yeah, absolutely. I can
Okay.
aid you.
So I'm gonna go and make a mythic, and then aid is a plus.
It's a DC 15 check. So it depends on how he does.
1d 20.
Um,
13. Nope. No aid from the little glowy ball. But then mythic
Glint should have
proficiency.
stats, right?
Oh, that's right. It does have stats. Diplomacy. It just uses my skill stats, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Or does it? Hold on. I didn't roll it from the sheet. I just rolled. Oh, but it's a flat check 15, right? It doesn't use diplomacy. Or is it a DC 15 skill check?
Yeah, it's relevant trait, so it's gather. It's diplomacy.
Okay, so then that's a 23 because it's plus same as
No,
me,
he's
it's same
got
as mine, so it's-
skills. He has skills.
Does he? Wait, oh. Oh no, it's plus 4. Okay, so 17.
17 is a success, so you get a +1 circumstance bonus.
Cool. Yeah. All right. So mythic, charisma, circumstance. Yeah, 19.
Ooh.
Fucking that one.
Oh,
Can
with
I-
everything, it's still a
Can
20.
Can I rewrite?
Yeah,
fate
that's not a fortune effect. You can rewrite fate that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Aiding, aid was not anything for fortune, so you can definitely do that.
Fucking that one. That's nuts. Okay,
That's
much
better.
33.
Much better. So you aided and you went and talked to the public. So that is a critical success for talking to the public. And then Viola, you're gathering information, trying to corroborate stories, and get information from the people. So talking to the public, that was also a critical success.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got because you got I don't know if you saw it, but you got a 30.
I did not.
Yeah, you rolled a 30 total.
Nice.
That was fantastic. And then Corin is really bad at talking to people.
Is he?
I like
He's
to
got-
think
he's
we
got
all
good
get critical
diplomacy.
successes with the public because we are like sort of known
Oh,
in this
yeah.
town now.
I like that.
Diplomacy is gather information. Yeah, he's good at that, but he's not good at like the society part. But gather information is diplomacy.
Yep.
So he will
Unless
also
you're Viola.
he will also make a diplomacy check to gather information from the public. And oh shit, I forgot he's got the glasses of sociability,
Nice.
which
Is
gives
that a
him an they're glasses that he wears that give it an item bonus to diplomacy.
Nice.
Yep. And that was a 23. Still a success. So
Nice.
I'll take the regular success with talking to the public.
Crits and a success. Not bad.
3 crits and a success. Big afternoon of us going around talking to people. So first thing. Again, remember, as we're kind of talking to people and gathering information, there's little tidbits we can learn, but mostly it's getting to those research point breakthroughs. And then that's where you just learn a chunk of information. So you may not necessarily learn something directly related to what you're saying and talking about, but we learn bits. So the bit we learned today is you hear talking to somebody, Viola, you hear specifically, she said it's saying like her father used to, and then she walked into the woods and never came back. The Wickerborn, the kind of vibe we get from most of the stories today is the Wickerborn has a voice that mimics familiarity. The songs and lullabies from loved ones are heard moments before it appears, and it uses vocal mimicry to lure and freeze prey. Several villagers in stories from around the region were last heard responding to voices they had heard from their past. And tonight, as we're all trying to grab sleep, moving into the next day, I think Corin would have moved. Aaron's, still freaked out about this, and he's checking in on her, but would have kind of moved out of the room to give her space and been working with you guys later into the night. Tonight, there's a lantern flicker, a brief lapse in concentration as the lantern kind of flickers and shuts off in Viola's, in the private eye residence, as there's couches and everybody's kind of like squeezed in together researching or at the breakfast nook. The light goes out momentarily and kind of comes back on. And there's a sudden wave of drowsiness that hits the whole group. And I need from everybody.
Just instinctively flick on light.
You go to do it as the light already comes back on. And you realize that when the light went out, you were drowsy and kind of disconnected for a moment. Which is disconcerting. I need everybody to make that save for the lantern flicker, please.
I'm gonna keep it.
Do I get to add my +1 circumstance bonus to this because it's a part of the lead I'm pursuing?
Pursue a lead. Let me double check it. No, this is not an investigation bonus when you're attempting a perception check or a skill check to get closer. You do not get to pursue a lead with this. That's for investigating, not for dealing with the outcomes of your meddling.
We all...
Everybody except for Greeble fails.
Greeble's hopped up on caffeine.
You take a -1 status penalty to your next skill check. Something gets into your mind this evening as you're researching, and just dreams creep and you don't rest well. So there's a little bit of exhaustion the next day as we all wake up. Kind of
Dark rings under the eyes are much more prevalent and just bedhead messy.
Corin's feathers are not cleaned properly. They're a little like fuzzy and misshapen and sticking in weird places. He's got feathers on this side of like the face, like sticking straight up because he passed out on that side and didn't really move all night.
Go over to just stumble over to the closet door and just kind of like one solid bang, and then it kind of just transitions into claws. People, wake up! I'll just wander downstairs.
That was a good night's sleep. Wow, what's wrong with all of you?
I didn't sleep good.
Didn't sleep well.
Too many scary stories.
I think everybody needs some coffee.
Okay.
Yes, very much.
Rebel's gonna run downstairs to.
We'll get you mocha cipher.
Just flop. Thank you.
All right, where to for today after coffee is retrieved and people start feeling a little bit better for research?
The stones?
That's not gonna help.
Did we? Well, stones. Yeah, maybe. Oh, town hall is also right here.
Yeah.
We could research the like local legends.
I'm up for either. I feel like a nice walk would be fun. Fresh air. All that.
Cypher, you can barely keep your eyes open. Are you sure you're gonna be okay to walk?
I'll be okay.
Your choice.
I
Maybe
can
some
glide
fresh
there.
air would do everyone some good. Let's go out to the stones.
Okay.
Time to get stoned, my friends.
While out at the stones, extra checks that are available out there, like nature, survival, those things are all available as well, along with our normal, like trying to stitch things together with occultism, things like that.
Okay.
Occultism, please!
Can I intimidate the rocks?
I'm
Tell
gonna
me
make
what you
it
fucking know.
mythic. I'm gonna
Tell me
try
what
to
you know,
remember how to
rocks.
make it mythic.
Big dumb rock. Tell me everything.
Nice! Ah!
Occultism as well. Make sure you
Where
did put
is-
your -1 in there from what you guys got when you failed. Sarah,
Where's
give me
my
the
make
look,
it
the
mythic?
stink face.
Fine, it's a 30. It's not
Does
31.
snooping help me for this? I cannot remember how that works.
No,
already. I
snooping
forgot.
won't, because that's for like diplomacy and
Gather
stuff.
yeah, that's right. Gather
Oh.
information is diplomacy. Yeah. All right.
L.
So,
Big Al.
Did that not
Perhaps
add the mythic?
he should make it mythic.
That did not add the make it mythic for you, so I can do the math.
That's weird.
I can do the math manually.
Okay.
-1.
Yeah, I'll use make it mythic as well.
15.
I mean, I will use rewrite fate and make it mythic.
Make it mythic! Rah!
-1, add that.
What is it? A +8 for mythic?
Oh, no, it's not. It goes up to a +14.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Legendary is
So-
+12, so yeah, mythic is 14.
So it's an additional 6 on what you got. So yours is a 34. Mine only got up to a 20. Ugh. Painful.
34 nature.
34
So
nature at
sweet.
the Waystone is a critical success.
Woo!
My occultism is actually a failure, but it's not a critical, so we don't lose anything. Occultism for a 15.
Yeah.
That one is just a failure as well, so we don't lose anything. And then a 30 is a, let's see, you were doing nature check, right?
Me?
Sorry I was just looking at Greebles was a nature check.
Yeah,
But
Greeble was
your 30 is also a critical success.
Nice.
Okay. So we spend some time out there today. Like, yeah, go ahead. Do you have something to add?
Nope, never mind. Wouldn't work.
We see some of the markings out here. Kids have taken chalk and drawn on some of the stones. And there's weird pictures of different creatures out here. You recall little things like when she blinked, it was taller, and when she looked again, it wore her brother's smile. Some of the tales you heard yesterday from the children. And you kind of go back and look at some of the different bits of information and some of the things you're seeing out here, but the journal entry describes this like creature that appeared differently to everybody, was always wrong. Limbs are too long, smiles too wide. But what was important was that children were really the most sensitive to its presence, often drawing pictures of it before it appeared. And it manifests apparently through personal fear or grief, preceded by nightmares, sleepwalking, or spontaneous weeping.
I think knowing that, I would want to go check with the kids that live with the rats.
Damn. I flipped that one. So you'll get that breakthrough next. I flipped that. That was supposed to be the next level breakthrough. Whoops.
Oh,
That's quite all right though. It works. No, you can use this because it's
I will
not.
wait
It's,
until we know that.
you do know that. I'm not going to give you the other one and then walk it back. Like I'll just give you this one next.
Fair.
Okay.
So children often draw it before it fully appears.
Yes.
I may have missed it or it wasn't mentioned. Is there anything about it specifically targeting children, or do they just happen to kind
They
of?
just happen to be more
herald it.
sensitive to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that night, as we're all checking on various groups, Cypher goes to check on the rats, who now it's been a session, so you've got them back. Suddenly, you're just like after that first couple days of them ignoring you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids checks in and is like, "Hey, where you been? We haven't seen you for a few days." And like it's like a few days late that suddenly you're somebody that they know, and it just throws
So they don't
you
seem
off.
to have. They don't seem to notice that like they had a gap.
Yeah, they don't realize it at all. But it's very odd to you because you've been trying to talk to them or be near them, and they just completely ignored you on the streets. And now it's like a friend who's ignored you for 4 days is just like talking to you normally again.
Oh God.
I think ordinarily that would be upsetting for them, but knowing that like there's weird fae shit that was involved, like that's what we knew was going to happen. Okay. So yeah, I think go check on them, see how the kids are doing, see if any of them have, I don't know if they have drawing implements, but see if any of them seem to be familiar with the stories or if any of them have drawn pictures of it.
Yeah, chalk's cheap. They've drawn stuff on the walls.
Okay.
And you spend some time looking there. Corin will go check on Aaron because Aaron had a dream and see if if Aaron is showing any other symptoms, looking a little bit strange. Greeble, Viola, what are you guys up to this evening as you're kind of tucking in or prepping for the evening's research?
After you.
Greeble will maybe just. What stage of research are we supposed to be on anyway? The town hall?
Yeah,
You
that's
guys
tomorrow.
could go to the town hall
Next.
tomorrow. This is like the
Oh,
evening after
this
that.
is
Yeah, we're
The
still evening
after
time.
Stones? Okay.
Yep.
I guess maybe just ask around and see if anybody, like any of the kids, have been drawing anything odd lately.
Okay. Viola?
I'm DMing you on Discord.
Okay.
Okay. That's what she will spend the evening prepping
Okay.
in case of that.
So nobody really finds anything particularly that evening. However, in your individual spaces, places where you're talking to people, you feel a cold draft move through the area around you. Song is being weird, and suddenly we're gonna switch.
Oh, that's not just me. Okay, good.
You feel a cold draft like move through the space, and then you briefly hear a loved one's voice whisper an old forgotten memory or just a comment, and it's fleeting, and as soon as you like turn to see where it kind of came from, and Cypher, I would say like you hear it in one of the party members' voices, someone you like in the party, but you just hear a voice, and all of like you just turn around instinctively, and you're really not sure exactly where it came from. I need everybody to make a perception check, please.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I have any things that add to that. I don't think I do.
This is a fear effect, so if you have bonuses against fear effects.
Oh, I might.
You are still on
that's-
mythic proficiency, so I need to go look at Greeble really quick.
Oh, I am?
Yep, I'm just gonna pop that down. Okay, so I can add that to that. I got your total. You're good.
Okay, I don't have anything specific. Oh wait, unless it's maybe it's
Minus 6 from at 21. Yeah.
Yep, got you.
Okay.
the
What about the thing that I give you in the morning?
That's against the
little
haunt.
haunted.
Okay, that's a haunt, not fear.
Is this either an emotion or a mental effect? I guess yeah, because it's fear, right?
Mental effect, yes.
Okay, so it would be. But that's will saves. This is just a perception check.
Just perception
never
check.
mind. Cool. Then it's just a normal roll. Bad.
Cypher, your skin crawls. Something was wrong, and you become frightened 1 for the next day. As you're just unnerved. Something is off. Your reality just kind of wavers a little bit. Like you're certain you heard it. The kids that you're talking to, they have no idea what you're talking about. But they're like, oh, it got cold. Yeah. It felt a little weird. But nobody heard a voice but you.
Like, sharp turnaround light. Just kind of
Ah.
attach it to Glint and sort of send
Right.
it over.
Sorry. I thought I heard a friend.
There's nothing. Just empty room behind you.
Pull him back.
You were showing me your drawings. Sorry.
You find nothing else that evening as they continue. But you guys are unable to find anything additional that night. What day was it? There we go. Okay. Our next day. Do we want to go to town hall the next day?
Yes, that
That
is
was
where
what we had
Viola,
left, right?
Viola would like to go there. It is the only place we have left. I agree, Cypher.
So this
Although
is
you
a higher
sound
level.
very manly in the morning.
This is a
Yeah, sorry, I got something in my throat.
this is a higher level check. There are more research points here, and you have not maxed out on any of them yet. I'll let you know when you do.
Oh, okay, got it.
So there's plenty of research points available. You can keep going as long as you like. And I don't know why Cypher said that because I didn't have Cypher. Like, but that's weird.
What did I say? Oh, the Veneta state. Yeah.
Yeah, Viola, what's up?
I'd like to occultism check, please.
Okay, you can do that.
Yay! Fuck.
Okay, so frightened is all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stuff.
I'd like to make it mythic, please.
You go right ahead.
What are the options again for town hall?
So some of the options on Town Hall were like occultism to interpret some symbols, perception to identify patterns in some of the drawings and some of the books. There's other ones you can do is like analyzing some histories with society, comparing myths and some nature lore. You can do occultism or nature. And then some of the sightings on the maps, you can use some of the maps here, use survival or crafting to check that. And then there's also religion or folklore lore if you have that for this area as well.
I will go with nature because that's what Grable is an expert in.
I will attempt occultism, but having an off day, knowing it's going to be a little.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute.
He says doing really well.
I have a thing.
Quiet, Jude.
Damn it! Wait.
May as well make
That
it
only
mythic
affects.
and do it again.
I don't have the thing that lets me
Nature.
activate my catharsis
Roll.
immediately. Damn it all.
That's much better.
Okay, and then I'm going to. What's Corey gonna do here? Corn's going to use religion this time. A little bit different, but something different besides occultism, because he's trained in religion as well. Roll a 17 with that one for a 24.
Ooh.
All right, so a nature check there for Greeble made it mythic to a 33, 28 on the occultism, so that is a success on the occultism. That is a 33 for a critical success. On that, the occultism check from Cypher is a success, and Corin's check is a success as well. All right. Notes, please. Sorry. Legend Keeper is being really weird recently. It, like, continues to crash on me. Like, as I'm editing and adding things in and typing stuff, it's been crashing. Sometimes it may just be too many windows up. Because I got my Pathfinder stuff up, too. It may just be being fussy. Oh, yeah, we crashed. Sorry, give me a hot second as I refresh this. Back on, load it back up, get back to the page I was looking at. Okay. So, a couple things interesting happen while we're in here. First, we find a book. I'm going to add a new cracked. There's a inside of a tome. As you're researching Viola, you find a tome called Reflections of Dunscaith, a History. And inside there, you find a cracked silvered mirror. So I'm going to add a new special. The Dream Mirror Tome is a new research avenue for us to find additional things only unlocked after reaching 20 points. So we find that. The other thing we find is a charcoal rubbing of an old stone that shows an ancient symbol scratched beside the words bound in bramble, fed by story. It's a historical account that links the creature to the rites of containment. Something used within a place called Duskreach, the Shadow Realm. So it's our plane of shadow. There's a mention of a twisting place where Shadow was bound using thorns and wax. Apparently, the Wickerborn this is a really old historical document. The Wickerborn may be tied to this forgotten ritual, possibly a banishment or a failed sealing. And legend suggests it feeds off attention, belief, or the retelling of its tale. So it may be showing up now because people are talking about it again. And this thing could have faded away from memory because of that.
I was right.
And here in the library, the scent of dried parchment and fire-warmed stone hangs thick in the air. The candlelight flickering across stacked tomes and open scrolls. Wind rustles outside the tall, narrow windows as the dusk settles beyond the cracked glass, the veil pulling the world into darkness. Somewhere above in the rafters, one of the things that's been annoying all this evening is the steady drip of rain seeping through one of the busted shingles. Down here, though, we pore over ancient journals, half-burned folk tales, piecing together information of fragmented lore, something that shouldn't be real. Something that's made real through belief. And then a flame sputters in the fireplace. A sudden unnatural hush silences the room. We all get a glance to each other, briefly. A shadow moves, but nothing caused it. And another, and then another. In the corner of your vision, the shadows slither along the walls, not cast by objects, but peeling away from them. A low, vibrating tone hums in your bones, just beneath hearing, like a voice made from fog. And then they arrive. Two figures step silently from the darkness near the tall bookcases, coalescing as if poured by the shadows themselves, cloaked in flowing, writhing shadows, faces indistinct beneath veil-like shroud, two creatures emerge, graceful, eerie, and utterly silent. One bows ever so slightly, as if mocking your efforts, and then without warning, the shadows leap. And we will roll for initiative when we come back from our break, as you guys have run into your first penalty for digging too deep. Someone's paying attention. So we'll be right back, folks. Just take a quick break and get ready for a little fight here. We'll be back. See you soon.
How many points do we have?
You have 21 total points.
Okay.
We lost the counter there.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you? Weird.
Yeah.
It might have rolled up the screen on yours too far, but I can see it. You guys are at 21 total. All right, we'll be back, folks. welcome back, everybody. Our friends
We're
are
in
back.
danger.
We're in danger.
We're in danger.
So, as I said, two figures step silently from the darkness near tall bookcases, coalescing as if poured from the shadow itself. Cloaked in flowing, writhing shadows, faces indistinct beneath veil-like shrouds, two creatures emerge, graceful, eerie, and utterly silent. One bows ever so slightly, as though mocking your efforts, and without warning, the shadows leap. And we kick on some combat music, and Corin gets, I'm going to fucking remember to do it this time. Corin is going to activate oracular warning, and Sarah placed me way away from everybody, so it just affects Corin.
Yep.
Bye, Corin.
Hi, Corin.
Good luck over there.
Hope you find your dad.
Actually,
Actually,
Oh.
Sucks. Wait, you guys are actually looking for your dad?
heyo.
no, definitely not.
Absolutely no. All right, so with that, I need everybody to please roll some initiative.
Beautiful. I forget if I have a thing for this.
18.
I'm gonna save it. I only have one left. Hi. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna save mine.
Yeah! Oh wow. Apparently, I still go first.
Wow, I rolled really well, but so did they.
Well,
It is
at least
time.
this will give them the chance to get close to me.
It is time. We are going to go the dice so nice and change up what my dice look like, because now it's hurting my feelings a little bit. We're going to switch
Why?
to, it's just being mean.
This particular dice.
We're gonna switch to Ancient Temple White. Yes, that's very oracular. Cool. All right. So on. No, don't reload. It's like requires a reload. Viola, what did you get for your initiative? Because it did not apply
18.
for some. 18. Adding you now. Update
Same as
participants.
Greeble.
Represent, initiative value 18. Save. Who would like to go first, Viola or Greeble?
I believe, Viola, your dex is higher, yes?
Much, probably.
Yes, so you would probably go before me.
Okay, and then NPCs always act after PCs on tied initiative, so I am going before that guy. And Cypher is up first. You hear the shadows and strange shifting behind you, and Greeble notices them first as they come out of the shadows on the other side. Corin's got eyes on one, kind of, but Greeble definitely sees one of them for sure.
And I don't have eyes on shit.
Yeah, Greeble, you get free action, just be like, help.
Guys, shadows!
So 25, I guess 20. Oh, that's a space bar. Not what I wanted. There we go. I guess 20 over there.
I'm just trying to centralize stream. I am sorry for modifying camera.
That's okay.
It's good.
Where's the pumpkin?
They
Are
can
they-
see, but they don't need it now. But the problem is like the screen shifting to the person is disabled right now.
Ah, gotcha. The little blocks that spell help me next to the shadow.
I know. It's great on this map.
Danger.
Are they friendly?
No.
They don't look friendly.
Shit.
Light. Light.
Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna help. How far away is this guy? I can't measure anymore. Sorry, this is gonna be annoying. Yeah, I can't reach him.
What the fuck?
70 feet from you.
Yeah. I had an idea, but it will not work because he is too far away. He's too far away for basically everything. Except for Force Barrage. No, you know what? I don't want to do that either. Oh, wait a minute. Delaying. I can delay, or is that my whole turn? I can't remember how that works.
You take the delay action at the start of your turn, and then you just come in the initiative order later.
Damn it! All right. Shit, there really ain't much I can do. Oh, God, that's too fucking far away. Oh, no, that's within 30 feet of you. Shit! I got nothing. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do Force Barrage. 2-action Force Barrage for that guy over there. Cast. So it is... Nice. So that is, I think, 6 points of force damage, right?
Okay. 1 second here.
I'm doing 2-action version. Oh wait, hold on. For each additional action used when casting a spell, increase the number of shards you shoot by 1 to a maximum of 3 shards for 3 actions. So yeah, 2 actions, 2 shards, 1d4 plus 1, and so then I guess another 1d4 plus 1? Or is it just the same number? Do you care?
Double checking something really fast.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. While this allows you to hit, these creatures do have concealment even in dim light and from creatures who can see them in dim light. So while Force Barrage hits, this is the raw discussion on how it works online, but targeting it with this skill requires this will hit whatever you target. So you target it, and that's what the big discussion is. I like the DC 5 flat check still to hit it, because you see it, but this is only a DC 5 flat check.
Okay, got it.
So you roll it once and all of them hit or all of them miss.
Okay, I 5.
It meets it, beats it. So roll your damage.
Okay.
That is...
So yeah, it's, and do you want me to roll 1d4 plus 1 once, or roll it twice? Because
It's
two
per shard.
shards, technically.
Per shard.
Okay, so let's roll 1d4 plus 1. Oh,
Nice.
8 points of force damage to that guy over there.
Okay. He takes it. All right, that's
that
3
doesn't
for
look
you.
good.
All right,
That's my turn.
it is going to go. Let's see here. What's our range? 50 feet away. It is going to turn into a gaseous form. It is now made of shadows and is in vapor form. And then it's going to move its full 25 feet up against the wall over there. So while it is in this form, it's amorphous, loses bonuses to AC. Excuse me. And other effects that grant it from armor. However, it does gain resistance to physical damage.
Interesting. Physical
So
meaning bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
There's other stuff in there, but I don't want to go into too many details until someone figures it out. Corin is going to go ahead and go now, and we'll move. Hearing the shenanigans, it's gonna come moving up 5 spaces, 25 feet. It's just gonna step over here to get a look at it. Oh, there's a problem. And we'll target this one. Only one that he can see mostly. And you know what? He's just gonna do his thing. He's gonna cast Bless.
Blaze.
Bless. Less difference. All right, other one's turn. It is also going to step out a little bit, but I think it can get in range. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's going to step. Oops. Execute.
Does Bless affect you later if you enter into the space?
Yes, it's an aura. It's an emanation that's always up. Yep, so it's an aura. He's going to step up and target Greeble. And cast Chill Touch. Greeble, I need you to make me a Fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude saving throw.
Let me 1 second before you do that. I'm gonna set this.
Also, I should still be frightened. I'm gonna put that back.
I'm gonna reveal that. Do you see basic saving throw Fortitude at the bottom there? You can just click that.
I do.
Click that.
Clicked that, and it just brings up the same window I already had open.
It does it contextually for me against the spell.
Oh.
Nice.
That is a success, so you will just take, it is a basic save, I believe. Yeah, basic Fortitude save. So you don't take anything from the, on critically failure, you take more, but you are just going to take half damage. Otherwise, you take, oops, targeted the wrong person, sorry.
Luckily, he took no damage.
Yep.
4 damage.
4 points of damage. That is his turn. Viola, you are up. There is somebody who just walked up and poked Greeble, and Greeble went ow.
Well, that's not happening. Viola.
Mom! He's touching me!
2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, can she? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! Because she now has 2, 3,
Oops. Not that.
4, 30 feet. Ah, darn it.
Yeah, remember, corners in this.
Diagonals get weird.
Your first
Yeah.
diagonal step is 5 feet. Your
Yeah.
second diagonal step is 10 feet. Because otherwise, you would get way more range if you just did 6 squares diagonal.
But the hypotenuse doesn't calculate to even that much.
The Pathfinder does. That is your first action. You got 2 more. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to expeditiously inspect this guy
Okay.
using a free action.
Absolutely.
So, use.
I'm going to just hit the recall knowledge macro. You can still roll your dice. It just helps me see it via macro. Because I can see all your bonuses and stuff.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
But I'd like to let you know that I have red herring, which means that you cannot. I have eliminate red herring, which
critical.
means you cannot make me critically unsuccess anything.
Yep.
And I never learn any false information.
Yep, I know. So your total on a 4, this is going to be...
If it's occultism, it's a 16.
I just need my creature identification chart because this one didn't populate for some reason.
I'd like to know
Religion.
resistance is religion. Oh, +7, so 11 total, which
Okay.
is not good. But +1 circumstance bonus because of pursue a lead.
Did I say I was
12.
giving you guys 1 on a failure? I gotta look back to my Discord chat. In
No.
players only cub. I think I was giving you 2 on a success, 3 on a critical success, nothing on a failure. It is
Yeah.
going to fail unless you would like to make it mythic.
It's not worth it for this expeditious one.
Okay. Then you learn
So-
nothing.
I look at it and I'm like, what the fuck?
What in God's name?
What are you?
What are
Venus.
you?
What is it? What in Agavina's purple tits or whatever? I can't remember.
Well, it's either Agavina's purple tits or Agavina's purple pussy. It's,
Ah, right.
depending on
Jesus
how
Christ.
bad it is.
Good
Not bad,
lord.
yeah.
If it's really bad, it's Agavina's pustuled, popping purple pussy.
What?
If it's really bad, it hasn't gotten really bad yet.
That's really bad.
So graphic.
God,
How does
that's terrible.
How does the evil magic general that became a bullet feel about having her name used that
mean-
way?
Sucks to suck.
Sarah keeps using it.
Sucks
We're
to
gonna
suck.
probably meet her. Jeez.
That'd be so funny. She shows up, stop saying that, Pah! And then disappears.
Um,
All right.
I would like to recall knowledge as an action,
Okay.
please. It's gonna roll better this time, though.
Absolutely.
Yes, it did. I rolled an 18 this time.
18 on the dice plus 7 for your religion for 25 total. That
Yes.
is your second attempt. And what did you want to learn about it?
Resistances / immunities, vulnerabilities, how it attacks, and its weakest saves.
All right. So resistances / vulnerabilities. It is resistant cold 5 and void 5 or -5. Sometimes the nomenclature is different, but
Okay.
not the opposite of vitality. And it is immune to precision damage.
Resistance void -5 would mean it heals 5 from void damage, right?
It is void resistant. So it might not have void healing. That's a different feature, but it could just be
Is it? Okay.
resistant 5. So that's resistances, immunities, and then weaknesses. It has none, and those are the 2 items you learn. It doesn't
Okay.
have anything specifically it's weak to, but it is immune to precision damage, which you see that and you go, son of a biscuit. And you do know that this thing
Agavina's
is
purple pussy.
called a Shay.
A shay.
SHAE, and I will also show you the full art for the Shay.
Cool. Don't hit the shay with shadow or with.
Cold.
Wait, it was void and
Void
cold.
and cold.
Don't hit it with shadow or cold stuff. Which sucks.
All right. That's 2 actions. You got 1 more.
I am going to attempt to create a diversion, because if I critically succeed, then it'll help other people,
Sounds good.
and I don't actually. Actually, I would like to use my movement to get here.
Okay,
I'm
absolutely.
going to move again.
So you'll go there and then move
Yeah.
over to here, but around it
Yeah.
like so. When you get here,
Actually, can I
Bad
stay
things
here?
happen.
Can I stay here?
yeah,
I'm okay with having the thing happen to me here, but I'd like to stay here.
you move adjacent to it and it slips. Cypher, odds or evens?
Evens. No, odds.
It was evens, so it does slip and it teleports and lands within 30 feet adjacent to a creature that they can see
Okay.
as a reaction. So it burns its reaction and it slips past through the shadows. That's 3 for Viola. You
Yep.
were in the middle of a stride, so you may alter your move if you like. You've only moved 5, 10, 15.
I'll move the other 15 back here
5,
because she is
10,
fast.
15. Boom.
Nice.
Got right back on
She
it.
now has 30 feet because she's fleet and
Greedle.
on fleek.
Okay. The guy in front of me that poked me ran away. And do I see this guy that's
Yes,
a
he's-
amorphous blob?
There is
Okay.
light in here. He's in dim light, and he's very hard to target. And you see him in this weird vapor form. It's like gaseous form. It is, the update calls it gaseous form, I think, but the spell effects still say vapor form. Very weird.
40 feet from me. So he's hard to target. That's that.
It just
DC
means you're gonna have to
flat
do
check.
flat check.
A
Yeah,
flat
vapor form is the new name. Gaseous form is the old name. So the spell name has just not been updated.
So Greeble is going to see that guy off in the distance and conjure a sudden bolt. Which is that.
Ooh.
Fucking scary.
All right, so make a
And then-
DC 5 flat check first.
Flash our D20, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my dice
1D
tray's
or-
not in here. I'll reload it later. I'll make sure the dice tray's
Valid.
loaded before the end of the day.
Okay, it's not a valid.
/R space 1d20.
Yeah, 1d20.
Space 1D20.
1d20.
There we go.
20d1.
Yep, you can
Oh,
shoot
I
him.
got scared for a second. Okay, cool. I can. So, yep, I summon a sudden bolt of electricity.
Oh.
He succeeds by 1. So he will take half
one.
damage.
Succeeds. So he will take half damage.
Go ahead and roll it. A bunch of damage, though.
And it's
That's a
still pretty good
fuckload of
damage.
Wow.
That's a shitload of damage.
He takes 16 damage. You have 1 action left.
I will, as an action, activate my shield. Where did I see how to do that? Yes,
I think it's a single action raise shield.
it is a single action called Envision. The buckler expands. With the sapling image growing into a mighty oak tree, the buckler becomes a tower shield, gaining the corresponding AC bonus, speed penalty, and ability to take cover. So my shield, kind of the small circular shield on my arm, becomes a huge tower shield, and I hide behind it.
Nice.
Excellent.
Cute.
Was it a spell that you use?
No, it's an ability of the shield itself.
Okay, so it should be able to... Let me see.
Is that how I did it? No, that's not how you do it.
You raising it is the right thing, but it may be on the actual shield. Envision, the buckler expands. The
Yeah,
buckler becomes a
Envision
tower
is-
shield.
Yeah. But Envision is also an action, so I can't do both. So I will just
Sure.
raise my small buckler for the time being.
Got it. Yeah, Envision, you activate it and it becomes big.
Yeah.
Big boy.
It expands from being a tiny little small buckler to being a big old tower shield that I can hide behind.
Okay.
Oh, there's how to do it. It's a clickable under Make It Mythic on my sheet. Okay, nice. Now I know that.
Perfect. All right. That is Greeble's turn. Back up to the top. Cypher, you are up.
Hi. So this guy teleported next to me. I would like to use intimidating glare to try and demoralize this guy right here next to us.
Okay.
That was so close to good. Can I? No, I'm gonna save it. 18. Oh, sorry.
Check it
started around,
demoralize, and it's intimidation check.
I don't
It's
think
their
it looks
will.
like he affects intimidation at all, but you know.
18 is a failure, unfortunately.
Okay, so it succeeds. Okay.
It succeeds. Yep.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Okay. So start of the round, just kind of glare at this thing. My eye flash as the psyche awakens, and I'm going to do a couple things. Going to use the Mask of Empathy to use the trigger for casting a Conscious Mind spell. And I would like to cast... Where did it go? I lost it. There it is. Telekinetic Rend. Targeting... Oh, I didn't do the thing. No, I did do the thing. Targeting both of them. I think I can get the both of them. I think. Hold on. Yeah, he's 55 feet away.
You got him.
So, they are both going to take a -2 to their save.
So do a flat check twice.
Yeah. What is that? Fortitudes. Oh, I rolled for myself. Why did I
Oh
roll
yeah,
for
that's
myself?
fine. I'll take that as your first one, which hits. So roll one more d20 for me.
Okay, 1, 2.
Oh, which one missed? Gaseous form or non-gaseous?
Far away one. Yeah.
Okay, so he manages to duck out of it, but this one needs to make a fortitude save. Go ahead
And he
and
takes
roll
a
your
negative
damage.
2 to it.
Oh, it's a critical failure. He rolled a nat 1.
Sweet.
Whoa.
So he is gonna take, I guess double that damage, and I
Yep.
think he is stunned 1.
Let's double check it. On a critical failure, the creature's also stunned 1. So he is
Yeah.
stunned, and he's going to take double damage.
Oh, also, I don't think that. Nope, I figured this out last time. That is the correct damage. Cool. So yeah, 18 points of blood, or split between bludgeoning and slashing damage.
Got him.
So just kind of like start to rip apart whatever clothing and weird shadow mist nonsense they have. And since that is a critical failure, I am going to use my reaction to activate Catharsis for joy. Meaning I take off the fucking frightened condition.
Yay! Amazing.
And that's my turn.
Beautiful.
Just kind of, oh, yay.
It sparks joy.
It sparks joy.
Sparks joy.
I think that is everything I can do until my next turn.
All right, this one's going to move up 30 feet and take a couple of ranged strikes, one at Corin. It's going to throw a dagger at Corin. It's going to be a 17, and that rolls out a total of a critical hit against Corin.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Buddy, no.
I don't think I have
We come
anything.
back to Aaron like, hey buddy, bad news about your brother.
Sorry about
He's a
that.
little bit dead. Shadows killed him.
So that is going to be a total of 22 points of damage to Corin.
That's gotta be at least
Ow.
half his health bar.
Corin's not enjoying that. Actually, he's a little beefy. He's got some health.
Is he? Okay. I like that.
And then he's gonna whip out. So he
fair.
takes out and whips out 2 daggers. The second one is going at, it's going at Greeble. This Greeble's right there and in the way.
Good to
Dagger,
raise my
Greeble.
shield.
But it's a good thing that he also rolled a natural 1.
Oh, good.
L.
Get good, noob.
So that's gonna move to Corin, who is
L plus
not
ratio
fucking happy
plus
about
no
that.
shadow bitches.
No bitches.
No shadow bitches.
Oh.
Corin is very, very not happy about that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Corin's just going to look to him and kind of do the jutsu on the chest and open up an eye in the center of a moon. And he just says, I can see you. And he's going to use an ability. It's a free action, 1,000 Visions, which is going to increase his oracular curse. And he does not need to succeed against a concealed creatures. And he is not off guard against creatures that are hidden to him. So he gets to just ignore anything that's in that sort of concealment within 30 feet of him. And then he's going to
Those are so cool.
fucking unleash with Spray of Stars at him. That was a free action. Then he's going to do Spray of Stars.
Nice.
And that's a cone. Sorry. He's just a little grumpy. Oh, that can't match. So he's going to move up. And then he's going to cone him in the face. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
He has to do a reflex save. Hiya. Reflex save. 17 rolled up to that's a success, but he's going to take half damage. So he's going to take half damage, but he is also dazzled for a round.
Nice.
This game is rigged. The DM against the DM. And the DM doesn't win in the DM versus DM. This game's fucking rigged.
So right. That is Corin's turn. All right, he only has 2 actions because he's stunned, so he kind of like shakes off that first one. He is going to... He's not super happy about you being right next to him, so he's just going to go ahead and activate his vapor form. And that's going to be both of his actions to go into vapor form. Viola, you are up.
And so the vapor form makes him harder to hit? Question mark.
It makes
Yeah,
it
it
so
seems
he's
to be like-
resistant to damage.
Oh.
Yeah. It actually, for players, it would remove like their bonuses to AC and stuff like that. For him, it just makes him hard to hit. Creatures aren't subjected to the same AC setup as players are.
It's just the flat check thing.
Yeah, it makes so he's no longer concealed because he's not in dim light because you're standing right next to him. And since
Fair.
this one moved up, he's actually no longer concealed either because you have bright light.
Oh, so that's just for the light dimness thing.
Yeah, in dim
Okay,
light.
so that-
Excuse me, in dim light they're automatically concealed.
Interesting. Okay, so that did have a
Excuse
factor.
me.
Yay.
Yes. So they are
glad
no
I'm
longer
compulsive in this way.
concealed. Yes, versus shadows, you are set. Viola, yeah, he's not concealed, but he's just harder to do damage to.
Okay. But I have ghost touch. Does that help me out?
It should. Let me double check. It might because it's incorporeal, but let me see. It's incorporeal creatures, especially those that are vulnerable. And his is gaseous form. No, he's a vaporous creature. He's not that sort of incorporeal. It's an occult polymorph spell. It doesn't give him vapor form. Does not give him the type of. Let me double check. Immunity, precision. It does not change a type to incorporeal. So vapor form is just a spell. Incorporeal would be an actual ghost.
Well,
Or let me double check shadow type. Shadow traits. Umbrella Macula. Okay. No, it does not give him the corporeal trait. Or incorporeal. PF2e. Trait. Incorporeal. Yes, that is an actual trait. The creature will have the incorporeal trait. So, it does not work for him.
You can still whack him.
You can still smack him. He's
Yeah.
just resistant to some damage.
I know. So the whacking isn't going to do a lot, which is why I've been trying to figure out what I can do other than just whack him. But now that he's resistant to just my whacking, I would like to devise a stratagem.
Okay.
So that way I get to use my intelligence modifier instead of my strength or dex modifier to hit him. So
Got
at least
him.
I have a better chance of hitting him. I won't roll my precision damage because he's immune to precision damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, these guys are a little anti Viola a little bit.
A 13 on the die I am comfortable with.
Okay.
So I am going to strike with my +9, so 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right. I would like to... Oh, I already do 2d6 damage. That's the base damage of him now.
Yeah, because we got
Yay!
that striking rune thing.
Yep, you have the striking
Yeah.
rune now, so now you're dealing more damage flat. So yes, it is good just to smack him.
Yes, yes. Get bludgeoned, motherfucker. 10 damage.
Let go of my purse. I don't know you. Whack.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
So it was 4 and 6 for a total of 10. I finally rolled well on damaged.
Woo.
All right.
He takes
relate.
2 damage.
Whoa.
2?
He does.
Yeah. He's got resistance and stuff.
Why divided by 5?
It's. Oh wait, it's. I don't know.
He has resistance.
He's got resistances and stuff.
Now that he's in vapor form, he has resistances.
You mother trucking
Ooh,
duck on
this
a
one's
fuck.
actually out of vapor form. It's literally just
does
to...
hitting him bring it out?
No, it's literally just to move and be untouched by stuff, but as soon as they do something, they're out of it. So he going into that form was completely defensive.
Ah, interesting.
All right. So we devised, we we structed. You have one more. What would you like to do?
I would like to faint.
Faint? Perfect. That's what I was going to suggest to you.
Yes. So I am now an expert on deception.
Nice.
Don't worry about it, guys.
So you're gonna try to perform
I-
a deception check against him, and I have his perception DC. There it is.
Good
Okay.
luck.
Oh, big,
Oh,
Jeez.
big. He is
Big time
off
lies.
guard against the next melee attack that you attempt to get before against the end of your current turn. It does not critically fail though.
Darn.
But you do feint him. Yeah, critical would make it so he's off guard against melee attacks until the end of your next turn. But that's very good quality.
Okay.
That is 3 though. Greeble, you are up. Cypher on deck.
Greeble is going to look at the damage that Corin just took and see how like it hurt him and be like, my tummy hurts looking at that. And he is going to vomit swarm.
Oh no!
Oh.
I love that.
Oh.
Just, that makes me sick.
Aw.
So go like this. So it hits only that guy.
No.
And
God, that's such a big cone. Holy
It is.
shit.
It's huge.
it is a 30-foot cone.
Fuck.
Go ahead and cast that.
He makes a reflex save that is a failure.
Ooh,
He
yay,
fails, so
full
he's now
damage.
sickened 1 and takes full
And he is sickened.
damage.
Roll la damage. Oh, not so great. Only 4 points of piercing damage
You
as
belch forth a
I
swarm of-
vomit forth a swarm of wasps that start stinging him.
I hate it. I hate it so
My
much.
tummy hurts.
That's 2. You got one more. What you got?
And my final action will be to transform my tiny little buckler into a big old tower shield.
Yeah. All right,
And
Cypher.
I'll go back to do that on the right thing. There. I think.
Okay, let's see. Are we able to tell like how they're doing in terms of like
It's hard to see.
constitution and
Like,
health? Okay,
the shadows are wisping around them. It's really hard to tell in the heat of
that's kind of what I
combat.
figured. So I'm gonna start off going Psyburst on that boy over there.
Hey,
So that is a DC 20 reflex save for him.
got it. Okay, roll your damage.
Okay, that is 2d4 bludgeoning damage plus the plus. Oh wait, is it plus 2 from the awakened psyche, unleashed psyche? Hold on. Son of a bitch, doesn't say. Might not be. I don't know. 2d4, whatever. And
Okay, it takes 4 damage.
then cool. We're gonna go and use the mask effects again to impose a -2 penalty on the Constitution saves or the Fortitude saves of Telekinetic Rend, targeting that guy and that guy. Cast. Why? There we go. Cool. For fucking slashing. So it is a DC 20 save for the both of them. And
Ooh, critical
Damn.
success from 1
Ew.
and a
Takes a
failure for the
negative.
other.
is the 28 with the -2?
26 with the -2.
Okay. Does that change it?
It's
DC is
still
20.
he rolled a nat 20, so it's a critical success because he succeeded and bumped up one.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
the other one failed and just regular failed, even with a
I
-2.
forgot. I gotta do the the 2 flat checks. Okay, that's 1.
Nope, you don't. You have your light
I
up.
don't?
No, you have your light up.
Oh, right. Ignore that.
All right, so the
that.
one that's in the vapor form is stunned,
Cool.
and then you roll your damage. Oh no, he didn't. It's only stunned if he critically fails. He just
It's
regular
a
failed.
critical, yeah, for stun.
So he's gonna take normal damage.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else. There's no other creatures, so I can't have it target an additional target. I could already do that with 3 total, but there's only 2 guys.
Oh, that's terrible.
Huh.
Oh, because it's slashing and piercing damage, and he's resistant physical, so he gets
Yeah, slashing and bludgeoning.
or slashing and bludgeoning.
Just 1 damage,
It's separate for the 2 types of damage, so he's resistant
and it
physical.
reduces from each.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's brutal.
Wow.
Vapor form
that's my
sucks.
That's my whole fucking turn for nothing. Alright, that's it.
He
All
took
right.
2 from mine as well.
He can't do anything in his form, so he's got to get out of it.
Haha.
This one is still up, and
Or-
he's just gonna take a 5-foot step up and touch Corin with a chill touch. Basic fortitude save from Corin. Oh, that was a nat 20 and it rolled up to a 2 for a crit failure round 2. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Damage for your boy.
Daddy.
Oh no.
He's taking 20 points of damage.
Oh.
Corin is not doing hot. I did the some of the mods got fixed, by the way, this last push, so I'm still normalizing between the 2 games, but I found a bunch that work again, which will show you that Corin is in very bad shape right now.
Okay.
So that really, really hurt, and it is Corin's turn, and he's making a decision here.
Get up.
I can heal myself here, that's fine. So I will just sustain bless to increase the range of that, and then just poof, touch my stealth. When I think about me healing, I touch myself with a healing spell because, oh my god, it hurts. So I'm going to do the 2 rank on this because I sustained bless. I'm going to use rank 2 heal and just freaking at 2nd level pump that bitch up, roll some big heals for 23 points of healing. Oof, Corin's turn over. This one is up. He is not happy with his lot in life here. So he's going to drop the gaseous form. He's going to target Viola and chill touch. I need you see it there, that fortitude save, please.
You got it.
You can roll your actual dice and should be able to punch it in there, but
Yeah.
success by 2. So you are going to take half of this damage.
Okay. So 4, I guess.
You're going to take 3 points of damage, half damage, and then it is going to back the fuck up.
You better run.
Try to duck back this way, out of the way.
Nothing
Viola's
to do
up.
about that.
Viola's up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hello, bitch!
It is going to reaction. Because you moved within range, it's going to reaction
I'm
and
going to kill
slip
myself.
and go blip and bloop over next to Cypher.
Hi.
All right. Second action.
Step.
Step.
Oh,
5,
it's stride, that step.
yeah.
Or stride, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, bitch, I will get you.
Hello.
Get back here!
And I'm going to hit with my cane.
Smack him.
Natural 20.
Get out!
Let's go.
Get him! Give him the beats. What's your strength bonus when you're striking normally with it?
0, I believe.
Symbiotica.
Yeah. But it doesn't
no,
matter.
it is a finesse weapon. It's agile finesse. Yeah,
So
so
it's-
you can
yeah,
use your
it's-
dexterity to hit with it. So it's going to be
Cool.
+2 plus your training in it. So it'll be just -2 from your int bonus, I think. Let me just double check. I'm just going to hit the roll here.
Wait, why does it?
Dex,
I don't add any bonuses to my damage,
To
and it's
hits.
a
Not to your
natural.
damage, but to your
Nat
your
20
attack roll.
because I'm determining if it's like I'm trying to make sure you succeeded first instead of failing, and I'm just double checking all of your bonuses with.
Oh, I thought
with-
that 20s auto hit.
Nope. 20 bumps
Oh.
up. Natural 20 bumps up the level of success. So that way, if you
Gotcha.
like swing at a dragon that you normally would fail to hit, it becomes a normal hit.
Gotcha. Okay.
But in this case, your normal roll is a success with that, but the natural 20 bumps it up to a critical success. So deal critical damage, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
This time he's going to take all of it because he's no longer in vapor form. Feel free to, now that it's gone, because they can only use that once per will at will. That was physical
I rolled-
resistance 8 is
Yeah.
what they had with vapor form.
I was gonna say that's kind of what I assumed because of the split for the damage there. Nice, Jesus!
Oh, that's
no.
really good.
Get his ass.
Bonk. Yeah. You see now at this point the shadows ripping away from this individual. He is destabilizing his actual form, and the clothes are all sorts of torn up now at this point. And that's 1, 2, 3 for Viola. Any free actions you want to do?
Free actions just start growling.
Arr. Arr. Regal, Mom's very angry from behind you. You can hear her. She's grumbling.
Yes, that is all. Thank you.
Okay. Greeble, you are up.
All right. Greeble is going to move just to here,
Okay.
and then cast Briny Bolt at the one in front of him.
Got it. Go and roll to hit.
Ha. Oh, I didn't target. Whoopsie doodle. No, dear. 14 to hit?
No, that's a miss.
Yeah, I figured as much. I can't make that mythic, I think, right? Because you
Nope,
can't do
it's
that
an
on
attack roll.
rolls. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that was a bummer. That was 3 actions. I'm done.
Okay. That's going to send us next to the top. Cypher.
Yeah, shit. I'm stupefied 2 now. Or no, stupefied 1? I think it's stupefied 1 for 2 rounds. Sorry, 2 seconds. We are always out of combat by the time this comes around. Yeah, stupefied 1 for 2 rounds.
Okay.
I
I'm going to put stupefied on you. Hold on one second.
I can't tell. It's all the little icons. I don't remember which one it is.
Stupefied.
I'm dumb. However, how is Corin and Greeble looking at this point?
Corn and Greeble are looking pretty good now. Corn's
Okay.
doing okay now.
I am out of focus points. So I have nothing by way of that. You know what? Fuck it. I think this is funny. I'm gonna target this guy and try and demoralize him with intimidation again. Oh god, can I re-roll and make that mythic?
Yes, you may.
I want this to fucking work. Come on. I'll mark that off. Intimidation. Please.
Steven,
Okay. 30. That's gotta do something.
30 is against his, I think it's his will.
I think it's a will save, yeah.
That was intimidation.
Will DC.
Oops.
target's will DC. And I have intimidating glare, so it doesn't factor in the language difference or anything like that. I just kind of stare at him.
That is a critical success. So he is frightened
Good.
2.
Correct. He is frightened 2. So that is first action. Next 2 actions are going to be Inner Radiance Torrent. So I just kind of see him appear next to me with the little blink flourish thing, and just hi, and just a beam kind of explodes out of the eye for the 2-action version. That is 60-foot line. How do I rotate it?
Mouse wheel.
It's not working.
Control mouse wheel?
Wheel is mouse wheel. Whatever. I'm gonna put it there, and then I will rotate.
Should be control
But-
mouse wheel.
Yeah, there it is. I had to actually place it first. But yeah, I am going to try and blow this dude in half with that line.
Okay. For 10 points of damage on a DC 19 basic reflex save. With Frightened 2, he rolled very well, unfortunately.
Damn
So
it.
it's a success, but he'll take half damage,
Okay.
which half damage is enough that he just evaporates into mist. He drops a bag on the ground and just dissipates the clothing piles down.
I want to shoot the eye beam directly through the eye hole of his mask and just target the shadowy stuff behind it.
Oh, badass.
Mean.
And playing around.
I love it. No, I love it.
That was action 2. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, excellent. That puts this fella next. And he is just not having a good time with that. So he's going to strike Corin. That is a hit.
Ew.
So we're going to deal damage with the knife. It's very painful still. Even rolling minimum, it is 8 points of damage. Corin. And then he will... He will take the chill touch and hit that as well. That's going to be a fortitude save for Corin. Which he succeeds? Yes. Excellent. He got a 21, so he succeeds. 21. And he's going to take half damage.
21.
21.
I don't want anyone.
He's only going to take 2 points of damage. Corin is going to
Yeah, we're good.
do Corin stuff and step back 1. Kind of looking around at friends and decide, maybe... Actually... Who's next up? Viola? He's going to step back 2
believe so.
spaces. He's going to target Viola. Please, this thing hurts. Kill it. And is going to cast Blazing Blade, I think. Oh, no. That's not it, right? Nope.
Oh no, that's the one where you summon a weapon.
Oh, it's when
Yeah.
I
fire,
summon it.
fire weapon.
Oh. That's not what I want. My bad. He's going to... You have runic weapon already. Where is the one that I have?
I think it's weapon of something.
I've got runic weapon already, and she's already got runic weapon, so I can't help her with that. Because it's striking.
Weapon of.
Yeah, he's gonna fall back and just basically cast Mystic Armor on himself, because he's getting beat up. So, drop back, put Mystic Armor on myself, give myself some more AC, because ow, 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 ow. Perfect. That looks good. Okay. I think that helps my AC by 1 at least. Yep. Perfect. Every +1 matters. Viola, you are up. At 5, 10, 15 feet in, he's going to do the thing, and he's going to react and blip over here. So you were technically here.
Yeah.
So if I 10, 15,
So I'm going to
20,
finish.
30. Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to actually go here.
Climb up on top of the end table. You just bound up after him.
Get back here.
Stop running!
Give him the bonk.
It won't save you.
I would like to devise a stratagem.
Okay. Devise that strategy. Yes.
I'll keep it.
Okay, okay.
I was doing the mental math. I rolled a 12. So strike plus 10 gives me 22.
22 compliments of the math being right and the fact that he's sickened. His AC is low enough that that's a hit.
Woo!
Get him.
Damage. 2d6. Get bonked. Not my best, but I had been rolling really good damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That is some good damage. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Greeble, over to you.
Finish him
All
off.
right.
Finish
Greeble's gonna
him.
move here, hop up on that table, and I am going to cast Splinter Volley
Ooh.
Shit.
as the chessboard here explodes into splinters and attempts to attack
All
our
right.
last standing guy. Oh dear, that's probably not going to do it. 16?
Nope. 16's not going to do it, but he is going to take half
Damn.
damage. Or no, it's a miss. It's an attack check.
Yeah, it's an attack check. It's a
Unfortunate.
total
Total whiff.
miss. Oof. God, I'm not good with attack rolls tonight.
Cypher.
Shit, that's me. Okay.
No, actually,
Oh.
the other cipher.
Yeah, no. There are the multiples. I did roll, by the way. I forgot I had the stupefied thing, but I rolled and it was like 18, so we're good. I would like to
Rage.
yes.
Cypher rage out of nowhere. Cypher multi-class barbarian. Oh no.
Can I do that? No.
That'd be fun.
I don't have the strength for it. Let's see. I would like to attempt to demoralize that guy as well with intimidation.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he is critically intimidated.
Beautiful.
Because that's a success, and then so he is frightened too.
Correct.
He is having a bad time between frightened and sickened.
Remind me, what is frightened to do?
So frightened is you get a minus based on the value to all of your checks and DCs. The status
Okay.
penalty to all checks and DCs. So when he does a
All
save
checks and
against
DCs.
something like that, yeah, it's bad time.
Does that factor into armor class as well, or no?
No.
Okay.
But sickened is dropping his armor class.
Okay. Got
Oh
it.
no, it might actually, yeah. For him, yes. So for creatures,
Oh, it
yeah, it
does?
drops their armor checks. It looks like
Interesting.
as his
Cool.
armor value has gone down. Yep.
In that case, I am going to cast Phase Bolt.
Get him.
I'll roll that flat check. They're good on the flat check.
Ooh.
Attack. Doopy doopy doop.
Oh,
Doopy doopy doop.
12. That sucks.
Yeah, that is unfortunately a miss.
Where's target unknown frightened -2? Oh, okay, yeah, got it.
You don't know his AC,
Okay.
but he is frightened -2.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was trying to figure out what that was. That is my turn. Just kind of send this little kind of sliver of just kind of invisible energy, and it just misses, and it's my turn.
In a voice not spoken, but thought, you hear truth pulled the thread and the tapestry of ignorance begins to fray. And he will cast plane shift on himself and zip back to the shadow plane.
Interesting.
So unfortunately, since nobody brought him down in that last round with his friend down, he zips out of there. and blinks out of. Yep.
Womp.
Blinks out, but his friend was left behind, dead on the ground or dissipated, and there is
There's a
something
bag.
on the ground
There's
there.
that.
We are going to send everything to the party stash, identified, because we decided as long as you guys spend 10 minutes, which Corin is going to spend refocusing because ow. Corin's going to refocus to drop his curse bound and to gain his focus points back.
I would do the same.
But Viola gets into a bag and starts looking around.
Ghost charge.
He drops, most importantly, the bag in which you find everything. A Type 1
Yes.
spacious pouch.
Oh, bag of holding.
It is a bag of holding.
Bag of holding. Bag of holding.
It can hold 25 bulk, but you find a ghost charge as well, which is a spring-loaded canister of like salts that drain and disintegrate nearby undead creatures. It's got a +1 to attack rolls and deals 2d8 vitality damage and 2 splash damage. It's an alchemical anti-undead charge, basically.
Yeah,
And then you find an interesting-looking, elegant +1 striking sword cane. It serves also as a fashionable accessory and weapon suitable for high-end society events that aren't where weapons aren't typically permitted, which you can activate. You twist the sword's cane hilt and magically merge the blade into the cane. While it's merged, it can't be drawn and gains the benefits of a third-rank disguised magic to appear non-magical. Passive observers
Christ,
can...
DC 30 perception check.
Passive observers can't even attempt to check to see if it's any more than a mundane, if superb, fashion accessory. And those carefully examining it can discern that it's more than it appears, but doing so requires a very difficult DC 30 passive. And it requires an activation to again become a blade, allowing it to be drawn normally.
Cool.
Gee, I wonder who should take this cane.
Me.
Oh, great heavens. Oh, dear. Who wants this cane?
So unfortunately, it is not able to be a cold iron version like yours is, but this
Yeah.
one does have a +1 striking already on it. So you guys have access to a +1 and a striking rune to give to somebody else if you want to, or to sell them off for half price.
Nice. Oh, that's right, because you can transfer runes, huh?
Costs 20%. So the default rule is to move a rune, it's 10% of the rune's cost in materials. So for an NPC to do it, it's just 20% of the cost.
Okay.
And a striking rune and a +1 is like total for those two. It's like 25 gold or something like that to get them both over.
Okay.
It's relatively cheap. You guys
And then
find
you end up being able to
75.
sell it and
Yeah.
get some money back.
You find 75 total gold. I have calculated for Rio 2B here, even though he's on vacation. So I am splitting gold to him.
Vacation.
Yes, vacation, quote unquote. I am splitting to him.
He's earning money while he's away.
Yes.
Yeah. I also think we should give the ghost charge to him.
Okay. Anything that goes to him, I'll just move off. Let me
And
distribute
I can
this.
take the spacious pouch
Yeah.
as
As the boss.
as the responsible party of the party.
I don't want animals to attack me, so I kind of want the animal repellent. or I think Greeble should have it if he's about to be eaten by an animal.
I was
by
just
bears.
thinking, Greeble wouldn't mind taking that bag, considering he's almost at max bulk.
Are you really? How the fuck?
I have a lot
he
of
tiny?
good stuff on me, and I am a tiny boy. Well, not tiny, but
Oh,
I
because
am
your
a-
size is different. That
Are
changes.
you
it.
almost
Yeah.
so you are encumbered.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm encumbered 5. It says.
You have been
Oh my
encumbered
God.
for a minute.
Okay.
My max bulk is 10, and I'm barely even at 3.
I'm also
That's hilarious.
encumbered 5.
I have a lot
What?
of stuff that's heavy.
Your encumbrance is 5. Let me check yours.
Yeah, my
So
encumbrance is
Yours,
5.
you see
max
how
bulk
your
is 10.
bar's blue though? Your bulk is
Yeah.
4 with 7 light, and you're encumbered at
Okay.
5, which is correct.
Yeah.
Greeble is fucking already at bulk 9 light. He is hauling some shit, and he's been
What the
encumbered
fuck do
for a
you
minute.
have?
A sapling
you
shield is a
carrying?
4 bulk shield.
Oh
Get the
my
fuck-
god.
Oh, wow.
That is a
Okay.
4 bulk shield. Holy cow.
Woof.
Wow.
Yeah, and my armor is 1, and my healer's toolkit is 1, and my folding ladder is 1, and my alchemist toolkit is 1, and my fishing tackle is
That should be
1.
negligible. Let me fix that.
What if you gave some of that to the spacious pouch and I can carry it for you, and you can just have access to it at any time?
Really, the problem is if he uses most of his other stuff and then has the shield and the armor, he's already maxed on his bulk and he's encumbered at 5. We need to not give you the shields.
Yeah, let's remove the shield.
That's so funny.
I didn't even realize when I was looking at shields when we were shopping the last session that we played this. And I was like, oh yeah, a shield
you
would be
bought
nice.
this straight up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you 57 gold back. We're just going to ignore the fact that you were encumbered today.
Okay.
Because it's very painful. Like,
Ignore the fact that you were encumbered and ignore the fact that you had that shield. You don't.
you automatically become clumsy one and take a 10-foot movement speed penalty. So you should have been.
Oh yeah.
You should have been
I
slow
wouldn't
as
have been able
F.
to do anything. Yeah. Let's go ahead and I will.
I have added the gold back and
stow
I've
that.
deleted the shields.
That's a good idea.
You are no longer clumsy
Ben.
one.
Okay,
Weird question.
good.
If you don't know, I can look it up. But if you are unproficient with like weapons and armor, you can still wear armor, right?
You just gain no bonus from it.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah.
I was imagining it was like a penalty or something like that. But
All right. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll look it
give
up.
Viola some stuff to stick in the bag for sure.
As long as you legitimately nothing but strength requirements, penalty, AC's bound to proficiency, you're easier to hit by a lot. So
oh,
yeah, you just don't.
okay,
You don't get a benefit from the AC because of proficiency.
got
Which
it.
you're just
Okay.
hauling something heavy at that point.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, I was thinking about like, can I just wear like heavy armor and just like not be proficient in it and have it be slow or something? I don't fucking know.
If you want something easy to carry for a shield for him, a buckler, a caster's targe is something that's bulk 1.
I've got a buckler.
Yep.
I have the glamorous
glowy
buckler.
Yeah.
I can give that to you if you need it.
That might be good to have just in case.
Because I don't.
Because I don't know. I don't really tend to get in too deep in the combat. I try to stay as far away as possible and just cast.
How can I give you?
The buckler is light. I can drag it to him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a light buckler, then maybe that's probably a better option.
There you go. Now you have the glamorous buckler.
Yay.
And you can use it to do dizzying feint, which is nice because you can dazzle people that get close to you.
That is good.
And that's a free action.
Sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Did you give me anything to put in the pouch? Does anyone have anything you want
I'm
me to
trying.
put in the pouch?
I can't click and drag it to you. It says I'm not allowed to.
So
But,
we're gonna unequip this backpack because you want to equip this one. So you want to
Can
wear
I stick
that.
it in the stash and you can grab it out of the stash?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's see.
Whoa. What?
You can only wear one backpack at
One
a time,
backpack. Gotcha.
Interesting.
and then we'll wear that one.
I will, just in case anybody wants it or can use it, I'm going to stash my healer's toolkit in there because I have the better one.
There you go.
Just
yeah,
in
you and I
case.
have the same healer's toolkit.
Why didn't it? Did it not let me? Huh. Okay, folding ladder.
Armor I keep, healer's toolkit I keep, and alchemist toolkit I keep.
Uh,
So I'm now at bulk 3.
Nice.
Oh, are you just moving it between the party stash?
Yeah.
Trying to, except it's not going into the. It's going into my equipment and not.
Oh, what are
the
you trying?
backpack.
You need to switch it to stowed from worn, and it'll stow it in the
Oh,
backpack.
okay.
That one needs to be stowed in that backpack.
Yep.
We're gonna do something really quick. Give me just a second. I'm gonna take that backpack off of you. That'll start making things stow more easily. That backpack's worth a silver, so I'm just gonna give you 5 copper now and delete the backpack. Makes my life easier.
Thank you.
Nice.
Stowed.
focus points from refocusing.
I'm going to double check something just real quick. I'm going to move something out of the container. Perfect. And then we're going to put that back. So it should stow and set your bulk to 4. Excellent. So, yep.
Amazing.
Everything is inside of the spacious pouch. You have an extra dimensional space now.
Go us. All right, is there anything else you guys want me to put in here?
Oh, Corn's going to check Corn. Hold on.
Books.
I travel light.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really.
Sitting comfy at bulk 2.
Same.
Yeah, I'm at bulk 3.
Very light. That Corn's about to sell this freaking lantern because I got a permanent light source with me.
You're welcome. Love you.
Thank you. So we get the little bits of information about the Wickerborn being tied to a forgotten ritual. But now we've been attacked by creatures from the Shadow Plane. And it's here, standing over the remnants of the clothes of this shadowy creature, that we start to realize that the rumors may have been true. People may have been sending these things, or they're just encouraging dream and mystery and stories to become reality. And those are all mysteries that we'll have to pick up on next time.
Okay. So yeah, we
But
don't
not
know
next
for
week.
whether.
But not next
next week,
week.
right.
Yep,
Not
we have
next
people
week,
out
no.
next week. Unfortunately, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We don't have people with us next week, so we are taking the week off. We hope you have a wonderful couple weeks here. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks when we're back. So enjoy your time, folks. We'll pick up the mystery in a couple weeks here. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Fare thee well.